Hello. 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 Uh-oh. Hello. 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 Oh. Good morning. Good afternoon. Or whatever the case may be. How's it going, guys? Sorry I'm running late. I actually started getting ready a little bit early, and then oh, what if I do this? What if I do that? And then I'm like, oh man, it is getting kind of late. Um, so yeah, hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good morrow. How's it going, guys? How's it going? How's it going? Uh, if you're unfamiliar with me, I am Mechanical Beanstalk. My introduction is thus: I'm a variety streamer who tries to do more off-the-radar games, which includes games that are more like community-driven or modded-driven or indies or retros that need a little bit more time in the spotlight, right? We're currently on Sundays, which is our unofficial Warhammer 40,000 game Sundays, right? Unofficial, never official. We're playing Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader, where in the Warhammer 40,000 universe, it's a grim, dark future set in the far-off future of 40,000 plus. You are a privateering merchant prince that kind of travels the stars. It's like the opposite. It's like the anti-Star Trek, I would call it. You go out, gain material benefit, political benefit, just power. That's your goal, right? That's your stated warranted goal, right? Water, please. Right, but there's devilry. There's faster and light travel, where you travel through hell in order to get to where you want to go. It's a great setting. It's my favorite setting, actually. I've been with the setting for not as much as some, but I don't even remember what edition it was. But yeah, I've been with it for a while, and I love it. It's my favorite setting ever. And yeah, it's some people like it for the kind of Call of Cthulhu, like dark vibes, where life is cheap and like untold horror waits around every corner. I like it because it's a big dumb universe where you can have like the kind of fascist idea that they put forth is so over the top ridiculous that it kind of makes you feel a little bit better about life in general. Like it seems like the idea of it seems so goofy and unnatural. Like, not that it's like not out of the question that like bad empires like that can ever come about, but it makes me feel a little bit more comfortable about like the potential of it ever being really successful, if that makes sense. I don't know. But anyways, like and follow and subscribe if you haven't already. I do stream 4 days out of the week: Wednesday, Thursday nights, Saturday, Sunday mornings. Winter and I are going to have our anniversary this week, so our schedule is probably going to be a little bit different. I think I'm going to be doing a Tuesday and Wednesday stream, and then we won't be back until the following week, the following Wednesday. So just to let you know, yeah, we'll go over to Warhammer 40,000. Man, you know what? Now that I think about it, I don't think I'm actually very prepared. Let's see here. Let's do... Thought I'd be a little bit more prepared than this. Should be ashamed of myself. I should kind of recap of like what's been going on here. We put our crest. This is my since I play Warhammer 40,000, the role playing game, the pen and paper role playing game, quite a bit. And one of my factions that I introduced in my campaigns were the Hod, like a conglomeration of very powerful people in the Imperium that kind of subsumed a lot of rogue traders and used like their connections to kind of operate above the law, but kind of they're not so far removed as like heretics to really draw the ire of the Inquisition or the Order Hereticus. Let's see here. I think yes. Now we're prepared. My frame rate has been a little bit wonky, so make sure everything's okay. Anyways, so a recap of what's been going on. So we actually started a new Warhammer 40,000 campaign that was... I think my character model is a little bit screwed up, but I'm sure it'll be fine. We'll figure it out. I think it's like really, really screwed up. Let's see here. Yeah, let's fix this really quick. Hold on one second. I think it's like this one. I've been trying to... Anyways, I'll walk and talk at the same time. So the theme of this particular campaign, we played through the Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader. This is our second time playing through the campaign. The Lex Imperialis DLC had not come out. at that time that we played actually rotated for the first time. So we're going through it with Lex Imperialis, and we're doing a different party member, different theme. The original theme was supposed to be we're piloting a crew full of like space halflings through space. You know, it kind of goes against the whole grim, dark, ultra masculine, tough as nails kind of thing you usually see with like a Warhammer 40,000 campaign, right? Most of the NPCs and the PCs I've converted, my companions, I converted to halflings, you know, made the smaller bodies, given them space halfling stats from the pen and paper RPG. Now, spoilers for the DLC, eventually you go through Lex Imperialis and you swap bodies, right, with a handmaiden, right? So I was kind of like, well, I have the power of mods. What if, like, you never got your body back, right? So, yeah. Where am I? I think I still need to... let's see. Quick save. Auto save. Palace of Justice. Make sure... Wait, is it here? I think it might be here. I'm thinking of. But anyways, what if the main character never got his body back? And that's what we're kind of going with. We're derailing the campaign a little bit. So my Space Halfling campaign has been converted more into like a Fellowship of the Rings campaign, where there's primarily halflings and some there's an elf, space elf in the party, and like a human character, right? So this is definitely our Lord of the Rings themed party, the Fellowship party. So Lord Captain Guppo Teawhistle has now in the body of Maeve permanently, right? I started off on this campaign thinking that we could eventually go, because I was more like a loyalist in my last campaign. I was thinking we're more like piratical or like self-serving, but I think depending on how the events played out, we could, oh man, I think my character model is really effed up. But yeah, like check this out. Oh no, wait, hold on, wait. Quick save. I think I have to go, because I was able to change Maeve's portrait as well, right? But I think I might have screwed up some of the character models. Anyways, what was I think I'm getting distracted. So like Maeve is, I was going to think that Captain Guppo Teawhistle, the former halfling, now in the body of a young female maiden, right? I feel like it could have rattled his brain enough where he could see the powers of chaos, the evil side of Warhammer 40,000, as like a more beneficial to him. So, right, this is might be his turning point, I would say. So, we'll derail the campaign, right, so to speak. We'll do more DLC quests. I think the original goal also of the campaign was to catch up on any quest that we didn't really do the first playthrough, which includes, you know, DLC stuff. But I think some of the first DLC's quests were bugged and I couldn't access them. So that's going to be the goal for the rest of the campaign, right? But anyways, let's see here. I think I might have to, yeah, my character model's all messed up. Let me let's see here. No, it's like this, I want to say. Let's see if I can fix the character model. I tried to change the gender in the game to female, and it is a glitchier feature on the character editor. So it's not really doing very well. Let's see here. Male, save. See if I can just change it back. Maybe that'll fix it. I think it might not. But I'll go back to my character. We'll say hi to what's-her-face, Maeve, which is in my body. My beautiful party. Look at me. Let's see here. I think you should still have the portrait. Yes! Yes, check this out. Yeah, it worked. But we have the main character in Maeve's body still, and the former body in Maeve's body, right? So like, would you like a cup of tea? First, you would recap, my celestial lord. Yes, of course. I must keep an eye on you, Maeve. Someday I will find a way to return to my original body. Until then, keep yourself in my quarters. Keep yourself safe. And we will switch bodies eventually once I find the correct spell. Let's see, a double recap for me. Person and the sec. So she's really good at, like, I guess this is a new feature, but she gives you like one battle buffs, right? Based on the kind of like, based on the kind of coffee she brews, right? So you have Frost Recaf, extra sweet. We have a double recaf. Okay, so double caffeine, extra caffeine in your coffee, right? So you have some just Amasac, want to relax. Dense, if you want to. How do you find life on the flagship, Maeve? Sometimes, talking Captain Guppo's voice, sometimes I stop and... How can I do that? I'm not a voice actor, but let me see if I can do it. Sometimes I stop and stand by a window, and it's like I'm flying toward the starry sea myself. I can't believe this is happening to me. You're so generous, my celestial lord. I could not dream of more. Okay. You know, fear of anyone here, dance if you want to. But you can actually convert her into a servitor. Let's see. Workers, mate, double recap was probably them. There's a vacancy for repair servitor on the bridge. That's so, like, classic 40k. Let's see here. So we have, I can't remember what the froth recap extra sweet actually does. I think it gives you extra agility, I want to say. So let's try double recap. Black is a starless sky. Oh, yeah. Black is a starless sky, strong as your will, my celestial lord, with a spicy touch to perk you up even faster. Okay, so we got the invigorating tang. Strong recap invigorates you. Increase your character strength by 10 in the next combat. This is a one-time bonus that disappears after the combat ends. Okay, so that's not... let's do Amasac. Let's see what that does. Ease of the mind effect. That is increase the character willpower by 10 in the next combat. This is a one-time bonus. Uh-oh, something going on with my computer. My computer's being weird. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure everything's running okay. I think everything's running okay so far. So good. Yes, everything's fine. Okay, ease of mind. So increase the character's willpower by 10 in the next combat. Can I just... well, dance if you want to. Yeah, I guess so. You need not fear anyone here. You may dance. Keep my body nice and toned. Keep its toned physique, Maeve. Thank you, my celestial lord. Sometimes I feel as I have died and gone to a heavenly place of the god Emperor himself. You are so kind to me. I think Froth Recaf extra sweet is agility by 10. Yeah, I'll give that. So there's agility, willpower, and strength bonus. It's not bad. And then off to the servitor. I'll have to be a servitor with you. And we can do our ablations. I think, yeah, our character model is really effed up now. That's fine. I guess it's just going to be effed up forever. That's fine. Actually, it's kind of, sort of, trying to set into place. Whatever. Master ablations. We can actually, wait, let's see here. Oh man, my character model is so effed up. Let's hold on. Can I load it to an earlier save where I didn't mess up the character model? Because I don't know how to change it back. Let's see here. Say saved it. Let's see if that fixes it. So yeah, generally on unofficial Warhammer 40,000 Sundays, we play a Warhammer 40,000 game We also talk about Warhammer 40,000 lore, more specifically like the section of the universe that's tailored towards the RPGs. So like say, Dark Heresy First and Second Edition, Rogue Trader, the pen and paper game, Death Watch, Black Crusade, and Only War. I think I covered all of them, right? And then there is Wrath and Glory. I haven't actually played Wrath and Glory. I probably should. I'm so like really set in my own ways with the original like a percentage-based RPG of Dark Heresy and Rogue Trader. Like I prefer to have the original first edition like crit rolls, right? Where you just like you can explode with like the type of damage that like just destroys everything. Is it okay? Ah, cool. It's fixed. Nice. Whew. Okay, so I don't have to load in. See, perform your ablations. Yes. Let's invite one of our. Yes, I will wash my new sexy body. My waif body. Don't look. It's kind of more of a feminine face, I guess. Ablations. Ah, yes. Let's see here. I wish to see someone from my retinue. Which one of them would you like to me to summon, your lordship? Abelard. So I think some of these guys, in order to get like bonuses from them, you have to have like a certain. You have to pass certain skill checks. Adira. They're going to HR. Argenta, Cassia. See, Cassia, I know you have to pass like a difficult portrait or difficult skill check for her to paint your portrait. Heinrichs, keep me entertained. Jay, Earlet, Solomorn. Let's see here. We already did Pascal, didn't we? I think Abelard talks to you about your dynasty and a bunch of like paper pushing kind of like questions. So I think you have to have a willpower test in order to do that. I think Captain Guppo's willpower is not the greatest. Heinrichs, Adira. I like Adira. I kind of don't want to like. Wait, no. Okay. I would like to see Adira. I wish to consult my personal seer, witch. She will know more about my condition. Come, Adira, at once. Sexually harassed Adira. So yeah, like Adira and a lot of people from my main campaign, they were originally changed over to Space Halflings, or Ratlings as they are in Warhammer 40,000. Adira takes a draw from her hookah. Oh, she basically blows a few smoke rings as she lounges lazily nearby. This is nice. A few of my cabins could fit in here. And don't get me started on that rusty nook I call a shower, but I'm pretty sure you didn't call me in here just so I can die of envy, did you? That will be all. You may leave. Tell me a joke. I kind of want to talk to her about other stuff, but okay. Tell me a joke. What's the difference between a warp storm and a dispute this administratum? Okay. At least there's a chance for the warp storm might end. Okay, do you know any more? How many tech priests does it take to change a lumen? 3. One to wave a sensor, one to predict on the side, and a third to servitorize the serf to do all the work for them. Okay. Well, one final joke. What do you call an unsanctioned psyker's cabin? An emergency airlock. Ah! Wait, that's it? That's all I can do with her? I guess I didn't have the chance to do this last campaign. I had to kill Adira because she went like crazy. So we're keeping her around this time. Have a nice long soak, Lord Captain. Oh, she's so nice. I would think that Captain Guppo would consider her secretly his best friend. Finish your ablations. We'll do all the other ablations shenanigans later. Cool. I have a bunch of abilities now. So, well-deserved rest. Nice. We got well-deserved rest. We got tender sweetness. Cool. We got bonuses for the next combat. We are going to be going around and we're going to be doing... Mostly, we're going to be trying to do more quests to level up, right? Maybe get more gear, stuff like that, right? That's the main goal. Because I know it was the big combat from last time. We got, like, it started to feel like we were really underleveled. Descending order. Let's get let's see here. We got a healing item for the captain. I will give him another healing item, and we will give him another grenade. Maybe do stim to get out of the way. Consumables. Yes, you need some more too, do you not? Do. Get some consumables. And we'll have, I think we'll do stim for Jay. We respect Jay, so she's more of instead of an officer, she is a blade dancer, a dual-wielding blade dancer, pistol, Eldar sword, Drukhari pistol character. The idea is that she can jump out, like throw out a bunch of disabling shots, go into combat with finesse, and like do damage based on her agility, right? Let's see, Mind Scammer grenade. We have our other tank. We respect Solomon to be more of a tank. So yeah, there's that. We're running a little bit low on healing items, aren't we? Not good. Then he has perception. Yeah, I think that's good. He has a skill that allows him to throw, to use grenades without damage, but they still have the effect, right? And not use any sort of AP in order to do it. So that's good. Earlets. We'll do another firebomb for her. I think that's it. So, okay, we're good. We're just going to go explore. We're going to do some star trekking. Star trekking with our friends, Captain Guppo. Captain Guppo, the insane Freaky Friday captain. Greetings, Lord Captain. He still demands that they call him Lord, or, sir, or, he. His pronouns are still he, him. I don't really think that they would really care much about, like, pronouns in the Warhammer 40,000 universe. Like, in terms of, like, racism and, like, general, like, bigotry, like, they are very good at just, like, general, like, bigotry. But, like, in terms of, like, hating, like, a culture or a gender or anything like that, or a racial faction, I mean, I feel like they've improved their hate, like, so much more, right? They hate so many more things. I should probably say also that Lord Captain Guppo is an overseer, an officer overseer with Cyber Eagle familiar. We're doing more. We're kind of gearing more towards damage, but I would like to do more, like, buffs for Captain Guppo. That's what was his original playstyle, right? He is getting a little bit better with like snipers, but for like a sniper or like a long range attacks, I mean, the Cyber Eagle works great. So anyways, should we do... I think this has informed me about a problem with the servitors. What happened? High Factorum Janus Danrock. You see, your lordship, the ship's servitors have been malfunctioning of late. They violate protocols, interrupt their task, observe crew members for long periods of time, and move erratically with no meaning or purpose. Janus Danrock nervously pulls his luxurious frock cloak as if it were uncomfortably tight. Had it been a routine technical fault, I would have decided the fate of these servitors myself, but I deemed it necessary to notify you. I do not wish to hide such irregularities from the Lord Captain. I think next week... Next week we will be off, but the week after that, we're either going to be doing Battlefleet Gothic Armada 2. I think I found a source for the Warhammer 40,000 Imperial Aeronautica. I think that's the title of the game. But it's like dogfighting 40k. It's been delisted on Steam, right? So you can't really get it anymore. You have to find like a key for it. But I think I found a source to actually allow me to get it. We'll try it out. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we'll do it the next day we get back. We can put off Battlefleet Gothic Armada just one more time. Anyways, that's one of the things I have planned. High Factorum Janus Danrock. If you wish to observe the servitor's unusual behavior yourself before you decide their fate, this can be arranged. The majority of the defective units have been delivered to one of the storage compartments pending your decision. I wish to take a look at these servitors before deciding the... I gotta... I don't want to lock myself out of any quests, because I do need to level up. As you wish, your lordship. Would you like the engine seer prime to accompany you? Yes, Pascal shall accompany me. As you wish, your lordship. I don't remember this from last time. I'm being kind of weird with my coffee today. I found like this unicorn syrup on sale at the store. I put it in my... I'm like, why not? It's like purple with like glitter sparks in it. And it tastes it tastes like shit, but I don't know, it's okay. So I'm drinking a unicorn coffee right now, and yeah, it's okay. I guess it's not that bad. I've tasted worse, but it tastes like old style. Tastes like old style birthday cake frosting. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like in America. Like old, the frosting for like 20 years ago, like red and black frosting, like tasted horrible, right? I don't know what it was. It was like, like dish detergent and like charcoal, but right these days I think that it's a little bit better, but still, like back then, bad. But anyways, yeah, I'm drinking a unicorn coffee. Let's just say that. Sector data unavailable, region data unavailable. I'm not really sure specifically where to go. Like what I just know that I wanted to level up and like try to do DLC. So it might be a little bit of an aimless stream today. A location: Von Valencia's flagship, lower decks. The Hearth and Home is our flagship. Material: report of a tech phenomena that was observed during the Lord Captain's visit to Bay AKN-108 from the words of High Factorum Janus Danrock. When his lordship arrived at the scene, he found the servitors in the same position they had assumed after they had been corralled into the bay, all standing for a long spiraling line and facing the center of their strange formation. The moment his lordship crossed the threshold of the bay gate, their bodies jerked into motion. All as one, as if obeying a command, the servitors turned to face the Lord Captain. The technomats asked with overseeing the defective unit even reach for their weapons, but then the servitors went just as still as abruptly, staring at his lordship with vacant eyes. All present held their breath, disturbed by the sight. We waited for the Lord Captain to speak. His lordship, Lord Captain Guppo Teawhistle, Von Teawhistle, down to the servitors. We got to keep in mind, like, Captain Guppo's mind is a little bit like razzled and shaken a little bit by his Freaky Friday experience. So he's probably not going to act as cowardly as he has. And like anything that revolves around like the warp and like supernatural stuff, he's probably going to be more inclined to pick, right? So towards the servitors, reporting the servitors be assembled, the composer investigated. Reports. Okay, we'll do 2. The Technomat's long-winded and detailed report could have been summarized in a single point. Despite the servitors' abnormal behavior, they were still quite capable of carrying out the task, and therefore the circumstances did not call for their termination. All present held their breath. Disturbed by the sight, we waited for the Lord Captain to speak. His lordship, Lord Captain Guppo Teawhistle, investigated. I wish for you to... Then Lord Captain Guppo Teawhistle ordered that one of the servitors be disassembled and its components be investigated. A group of technomats hurried to act upon the Lord Captain's command. The servitor's mechanical parts separated with clicks, snaps, and hisses. The sutures between its wrinkled pale flesh and its augments were laid disgustingly bare. Ugh. We watched the technomats do their work and could see every centimeter of the servitor's stiff muscles, abounding with valves and cavities pierced by countless cables and tubes. This assembly analysis is complete. The technomats concurred. The unit was in working order. Nothing in the dissected body that lay before us could provide any insight. Could provide any insight into the reason behind the defects. I should make note that one more thing. At that moment, all of us present discovered that not just the eyes, but the hands and heads of some of the servitors were now shaking too, as if the mechanized servants were overcome with some primordial terror. Okay. All present held their breath. Then Lord Captain Guppo Teawhistle the Mighty turned and announced his decision. I mean, Captain Guppo was like, they're working okay. To leave the servitors to the work. There's nothing in the behavior the Lord Captain found alarming. On the Lord Captain's orders, the servitors were returned to the same decks where they had worked before. The crew were initially unnerved by the presence, but adapted to their quirks soon enough, especially since, following the incident in question, there was a noticeable reduction in the servitors' strange behavior. With the fate of the defective servitors decided, nothing now can distract the Lord Captain from his mission. Yes, of course. Did I get any spirits from that, Game Master? No! No! Let's see here. Depending, I would give the player of Lord Captain Guppo Teawhistle a little bit of experience in my campaign. If he's going out, doing his own goals, acting in character, yeah. Was he on the ship? Fellow crew members. We can do shipping. I don't think there's anything that we needed, though. Cloak of Hatred. Each enemy killed by the wearer's area attacks. I don't really do a whole lot of area attacks. I haven't really used Rusty Heavy Rock Saw. But I know it's been... Depth of Sardi's equipment. Each attack with his Heavy Rock Saw performs several strikes. If the first strike hits the target, all subsequent strikes automatically hit. If the first strike is dodged or parried, all subsequent strikes are automatically dodged or parried as well. Okay, that's fine. Interesting. Huh. Interesting. We got shield, solid shield. The wearer can use shield swing with their shield against multiple enemies in the area. The wearer's shield strike deal an additional +3 damage. That's not bad. But I need 9 ranks in order to get it. Like a lot of what they're charging me is like really expensive. That's why I have to go out and I have to get more profit factor. So like profit factor in the pen and paper RPG, I don't know if I probably mentioned this like 1 or 2 times, but in the pen and paper RPG World Creator, there's kind of like grades of, we can actually look it up. We can actually, it was like a grades of how like every like 10 or every 20 profit factor, like how much wealth is that? And the main core rulebook actually did give a decent description of what it was. I think it like 5 is like the wealth, 5 profit factor would be the wealth of a city, typical city, right? The 20 I think would be a wealth of either a planet or a continent. And then you go like 40 would be like a star system, and 60 would be like a subsector. 80 would be like an entire sector. A sector of wealth, like you're wealthier than a lot of governments. Let's see here. Let's go over there really quick. It's always, my OBS always says there's an error when recording, but nothing happens. So I don't know. Weird. Trying to scare me into not being as awesome as I normally am. Let's see here. What was it? I think I might have to check the index. But playing the game. Roll fate using fate points. Profit factor. Here we go. Go a little bit smaller. Yeah, here we go. See, okay, so profit and power. I was a little bit farther off actually. So profit factor in the pen and paper game. So if you have a 5 profit factor, that's the wealth of a high gang outcast sect. And generally, the early, I don't know about the Wrath and Glory RPG games, but in the earlier Warhammer 40,000 role playing games, it'd be a percentage system. So you have to roll under a number on a D100, right? And you have +10, +20, +30 penalties based on like the how difficult the roll would be. And if you get it, you do your action. And there's certain actions that if you get it by a number of degrees of 10, you can like bank those numbers, or you can do you can just be more successful, right? So profit impact factor. So 5 profit factor was Hive Gang Outcast Sect. 10 profit factor was a common labor guild smuggling merchant house. Okay. I think I can't quite remember, but I think like buying a new ship and like operating it was like a consistent expense is like 30 profit factor. You just lose it. I think it's been a while, but I seem to remember it was a detriment for getting like a lot of ships, because it's very expensive to actually like maintain if you're not like a government like the Imperium, right? But 15 manufacturing guild combined Hive guild. We go up to like 30 powerful high guild and professional outcast rogue trader. 40 is what you generally start off with: planetary noble, planetary merchant house leicester rogue trader, weak imperial governor. We can go all the way up to 70, which is a wealthy rogue trader, which we would say like we've seen what was it the House Winterscale in this game. I think they would be probably more than a wealthy rogue trader. They would be legendary. 90 would be the Machenko dynasty, scion of a great house of the Kalisic sector. Okay, so like very high power base guys in an established imperial sector are profit factor 90, right? 100 legendary rogue trader. I would say Winterscale is probably in between 70 and 100. His profit factor in terms of like how wealthy he is and what resources he can bear, and like wealth and profit factor is like a lot of different stuff, like your general lines of like credit and like various planets and like power bases, various connections, right? It's not just like gold, but like some rogue traders are very liquid in their profit factor. I know the players in my first campaign that I ever ran, they had like a giant like Scrooge McDuck money bin that they kept all their wealth in like gold coins. And the seneschal actually turned off the security cameras at one point so he can swim naked through the money, right? So 100 is a legendary rogue trader, lesser Navlis Nobilite house. So the 100 profit factor would probably be Cassia's house, because Cassia I think is a lesser navigator house. I want to say I don't think she's not very super well known for what I remember, right? So she's probably like 100 influence, 100 profit factor, right? 120 is great houses of the Kalisic sector, Lord Inquisitor. Okay, so we do encounter, there is a Lord Inquisitor in the Rogue Trader cRPG. So 120, 130, the Great House Kryn, which I don't remember. Water, I don't remember about offhand. Illustrious Navigator Noble House. So 130 profit factor would be like the probably the Nostromos before they fell, which they have like secret warp routes and understanding of like the mechanics of the warp in probably the realm of chaos, to be honest. But Lord Sector Hax is the governor of the Kalisic sector, and I think he still is. I think they did mention Lord Sector Hax in one of the developers' things for the. Well, I don't know about, because the Dark Heresy cRPG that's coming out is going to be it's going to be after the 41st millennium. It's still going to be the end of the 41st millennium, right? But I know Lord Sector Hax has been around for a while. 150 plus, the mightiest of imperial organizations and rulers. Okay, but I think it's like in my house rules of my campaign, I think I went up to like 200 or like 300. I want to say, and that's more like the High Lords of Terror. It would be like high profit factor where they can like buy out or like influence, large grand sways of the Imperium, right? Anyways, I thought I'd kind of like share that. Didn't really have a specific goal about our lore talks today, but I think it's interesting. I like talking about it. I have fun doing it with you guys. And let's see, we got that. So we got this. But yeah, so we kind of understand it. The profit factor is not really set the same as it is in the pen and paper game. So I don't know. I think it's just a number. I don't think it really represents anything more than just what profit factor is, Yeah. Heavy flamer. Sign of Death, Martyr's Presence. We have, I think it's an ability, right? Marvelous compact weapon in the form of a ring that allows a pistol to fire in a single imperial shot once per combat. I don't know, man. Like what was it? What are they called? Not micro rings. They're digi rings. They're digi weapons. So weapons that can be shrunk down through Jokero technology and when worn on your digits. Digi weapons, right? So I don't know about like digi weapons in this game. They just don't. I mean, they take up like an accessory slot, which is probably going to be better. Like if you have Martyr's Presence on your finger, that's only one Infernal Pistol shot once per combat when you can have a bunch of different stuff. I don't know, man. It doesn't really seem that for me personally. We got a two-handed sword. We don't really have any two-handed wielders in combat. Seal of Death, whenever the wielder kills an enemy with a blade dance or other enemies adjacent to the wearer becomes staggered for 1 hour. That's not bad. Really far down in the tree, though. Condensed Carapace, Light Armor, Rolling Thunder, Executioner's Gauntlets. Increases the critical damage of where it hurts. You know, I think I might try... When we get Marzai in our party, I think we might make him a bounty hunter. Because I haven't actually played around with bounty hunter very well. Gilga Constantine. Hey, what's going on? Hola. How's it going? What's going on, Gilga? Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. But let's see. So inertia boots. I'm just kind of looking to see if there's anything interesting. I guess we could get these. No, wait, we can't get them yet. If the wearer's melee attack, except from death from above, is dodge, parries, of course, a critical hit, the wearer gains plus 6 MP and does not provoke attacks of opportunity until the end of their turn. Where's melee attack? Accepted death. Maybe if the wearer's melee attack is dodge, parries, or scores is dodged, parries, or scores a critical hit. Plus 6 MP. Wait, what is it based off of? It's based off of what? Based off of agility. Okay, so you can raise it to like 7 MP. I don't know. It's kind of weird to go out of your way for something like that. But Portive Manipulator. Using reload for any weapon only costs 1 AP less. What I was thinking, one of the things I wanted to do is I have Irolet is we modded her to be a buff heavy weapon user. But 5 AP is not really enough for like a really efficient heavy weapon user. So I want to try to get like an AP loadout in the group that allows her to have 6 AP more often, so she can actually like kill more often. Anyways, just my 2 thoughts on that. More med kits. We are running low a bit. Med kits, self-calibrating goggles. The wearer successful single attacks inflict a stun on the target for 1 round. If the target fails a willpower test with a negative 5 penalty. I think the king from our last campaign was actually using that. Minus 5 penalty. It's not great. Power axe. Yeah, the king had a lot of stuff from this shop. I remember. Beat of concentration. I sort of remember that. The wearer gains an additional 1 AP for each subsequent turn the wearer have not moved. This stacks up to 5 times. That's good. See, like that, for instance. That's pretty good. Gains an additional plus 1 AP for each subsequent turn the wearer has not moved. Stacks up to 5 times. So you can just keep Irolet behind cover, not move. And she has 5, so she only needs 1 extra AP, but having more AP would actually be really good for her. We got snipers, we got visors. Whenever the wearer inflicts a damage over time effect, they gain a plus 1 stack in the inevitability effect. As soon as the wearer gains 10 stacks in inevitability, they deal 5 direct damage to all enemies suffering from damage over time effects, and the stacks of inevitability are removed. Okay, cool. If I had a dot character, I would do that. Heavy emergency cutter. I don't strike count 5. Okay, so it's just like a melee weapon that does multi-hits. It has good armor penetration. Each time the attack with the saw increases the wielder's critical hit chance. I could give this to Marzai. That'd be kind of crazy to see. Each attack with the saw increases the wielder's critical hit damage by 2%. Interesting. This bonus stacks and lasts until the end of combat. Heavy emergency cutter. Increases critical hit chance by strength. Okay, so if I pump up 𝕵𝖊𝖊 strength. Because I was actually I was thinking about doing something with 𝕵𝖊𝖊. It might actually be kind of interesting to do a melee, like a melee bounty hunter. So, but we're gonna respect him. He's gonna be kind of like a sanctioned Xenos with like a brand on his head and like kind of like emaciated, almost like he's gonna be Captain Guppo's like Xenos pet. That's his thing is gonna be his deal. Peripheral visor, God, it's so expensive. They wear against +10 stacks of tactical advantage. They get +1 resolve until the end of combat. There's a hex rifle, so sniper. Oh wait. Yes, toxic damage. Ooh, that's pretty good actually. 66 profit factor. I don't think he likes me. Maybe that's why. Yukari Clave, two-handed weapon. We want one-handed weapon with a lot of this stuff. Outcast visor. Whenever the wearer kills a target with a single range attack for first time in combat, the wearer immediately makes an additional attack. Anatomist amulet. A wearer inflicts bleeding, burning, or toxin effect on a target. Target gains additional 2+2 stacks in the effect. That's not bad, actually. A lot of this stuff has been rebalanced, I think. I think that's what they definitely said during some of the developers' speakies. Dark Lance. Yeah, here's what I want to get also. Get this for Earlet. Dark Light Blast. Look at that. Laser weapon effectively are effective. Oh, it's a laser. Okay, so it's a las weapon with armor pin. Interesting. Targeting visor, lots of stuff. Let's just kind of go. There's good stuff, but I'm kind of poor. We need more stuff. Okay, so Captain Guppo. Let's go around. We should probably level up our ship too, right? Dargonis. Wait, what is it here? The policy of this restore operation, administer apparatus on Dargonis. Should I do that right now since I'm here? What do we want to do? Let's check this out. Show complete quests. Don't show completed quests. Let's do. Become the flagship's blood. To become the... Okay, so I would like to get this up so we can actually start getting like Gene Stealer quests, because we didn't do Gene Stealer quests last time. The Vizier of the Bloodstone Weapon invited a road trader to visit the cult's temple, which lies somewhere in the depths of the void ship. However, the hollow cradle will definitely reveal itself only to those who have walked the footsteps of Saint Ariane, the matriarch spider. Okay. Ferret Line, Chapter 2, Rot. A new particularly aggressive gang has set up shop in Footfall, showing no fear of either the Liege or the rogue traders. Their thuggish behavior must be stopped. That would be good. Wait, have we done... I don't know if we've talked to Footfall about the food supply deal. I don't know, maybe. What was lost? World the Uranus is home to either aristocracy, the Von Valley Protectorate. Tell it to answer area. Okay, so we could do that. Absolution of blood. The brazen attack on a rogue trader's life took place in his own bath chamber. Someone filled the bathtub with blood. The culprit must be found. Rogue trader seen fit to observe his do that. Flame in the dark. Attempt to establish for conflict with the Kappa Gamma and the current system. Perform a hostile reaction. Make plan follow Gamma. That's one of the main storyline quests. Companion quests. About this personal request. Argenta asked the road trader to talk with her in the ship as soon as possible. Better not to put it off for too long. Not really a high priority. So I think we already did. I think we might have done that last campaign. Can't really remember. I did want to do this with Jay. We didn't have Jay in our party last time. We didn't have. we had a couple. Well, Earlet and our Psyker we killed in that campaign, so we didn't really have them like for a long period of time. Return to the palace administrator. Getting the required seals turned to be quite a task due to the distance and lack of coordination between different. Now the returner just needs to return to the Argonauts and certify the seals. Okay, return to the palace of the Adeptus Administratum. Okay, let's do that. That was yes. Let's do this for Jay. Jay is a Ratling Adira's a halfling. Solomorn is a halfling. Irlet is still the space health Eldar, but she's big and bulky and she can't use a lot of different Eldar equipment, but she can use Imperial heavy weapons, which is good. But yeah, what was it? It was we should do more quests for the Cabal, so we can actually get our like the heavy weapon stuff. There's a few quests. There's a few reputations we actually need to build up on. Okay. I guess unicorn coffee is not that big a deal. It has that weird little tang to it that I was talking to you guys about. But mostly it's just like sweet syrup. I think I might have been overreacting just a little bit. There's the seals. What do we have here? Goods. Get some books. Okay. Oh my god, so much reading. That's fine. Auditing a resuscitance. How do you say that? Renaissance of the Great Tithe Payment. Documentation of GX-75021 and GX-76021 in the last 2,836 Terran years. Entries mentioning Paladin GX-75021 200,840 284,356 found, including copies. Entries mentioning the planet GX-7601221 one found. Found including copies. One found including copies. A full list confirmed by Adeptus Terra of all planetary objects located within the territory of the illustrious rogue trader dynasty of Von Valesius was received 164 Terran years ago. After careful reconciliation of data, it was found that the planetary object GX-76021 has not been included in the collection of Imperial Tithe for the last 2,836 Terran years, so it's not been taxed in a very long time. In the same period, the planetary object GX-75021 was included in the taxable sites, but did not pay its Imperial Tithe, thereby failing to uphold its sacred obligations to the Imperium. Subsequent analysis of archived documentation revealed the absence of documentation confirming the existence of planetary object GX-75021, unlike planetary object GX-76021. Which is discovered in a files dated more than 2,836 years ago. Based on the internal inventory investigation, the Adeptus Administratum agrees that any mention of the planetary object GX-75021 must be replaced with GX-76021. The governor of planetary object GX-7601 must pay the tithe for the so back taxes for 2,836 Terran years within a period of no more than 50 years. What are you gonna do if they don't pay? In the event of non-payment of the tithe within the prescribed period, planetary object GX-76021 will be seized for the needs of the Adeptus Administratum, and 95% of the population will be immediately subjected to servitude Imperial. What? Okay, I know like the Imperium does some crazy stuff, but like, don't you want those people to like work? Like, okay, I know like this seems just like bitter. like a bitter declaration by the, I don't know who's doing, just I guess just the Administratum. I don't think the who's below the Council of Terra. That is the Senatorium Imperialis. Emperor / Gilman, High Lords of Terra, Senatorium Imperialis, Sector, Segmentum commanders, sector governors, planetary governors. Yeah, and then your rogue traders are somewhere in there. Well, okay, so you're going to convert the entire planet, 95% of the population to servitors. Seems like an excessive. Just doing that would be cost resources. Note, a precise reckoning of the tithe amount required in throne gelts is appended to this report. Wait, so they have to do it in money? Wait, okay. Note, an advisory letter has been sent to the Department of Munitorum recommending that the department to conduct its own internal inventory investigation to determine whether planet GX76021 has fulfilled its sacred obligation to provide with recruits for the Astra Militarum. Okay. Wait. Precise reckoning of the is a precise reckoning of the note. A precise reckoning of the tithe amount is required in thrown gelts. So that's gold coins. Okay, I know there's a lot of like backward stuff the Imperium does, but like paying, so it can't be just general resources. Like the tithe is not coins. Actually, the tithe probably wouldn't be. Imperial tithe probably wouldn't. Like, it's probably the least likely thing it would be. Really, is like material like gold and stuff, unless it's like. It's like industrial stuff. It's not like finances, because the Imperium just makes its own money. But yeah, that's a weird like document in like a lot of different things if you know the lore a little bit more. So I don't know. Master Seals. Lord Captain Guppo Teawhistle. I see you're still under your ailments. You've returned. I hope the sacred document I entrusted to you last time has now successfully passed through the approval procedure. Here is your paper. Commence with the seals. The ocular lenses on the old woman's nose emit a subtle hum as she adjusts the magnification. Yes, oh indeed. It is perfect. The seals are authentic, so now we may continue with the certification procedure. Follow me, please. Not too many petitioners today. Last week they had to put an end to the extra shifts something. So many halflings. It feels so strange to walk on these tall legs. Cool. I mean, like, not cool, but, like, cool at the same time. The eternal DMV. Hell on Earth. Yes, the bureaucracy. The sacred bureaucracy. Master Seals. This is your cue. Oh my god, you're gonna make me wait in line? You're not saying that you're gonna make me wait in line, are you? The road trader. This is your cue, and your ticket number is the old woman's ocular lenses hum as she zooms in on the paper in her hand. 394. When it's your turn to be seen, the ranking prefect will review your documentation again and sign the official certification for J. Hadari to possess a mercantilum tabula officiale. I mean, it might be actually really good they actually make her into an official merchant. For just if we were looking like into just general wealth and like prosperity for her dynasty, you'll have to wait a bit, but it'll be worth the wait in the end. Yes. Yeah. No. Seeking the handle of problems yourself. I am the road trader and sovereign of this world. I do not queue. Under the Lex Imperialis, your rights and privileges as a road trader come into effect only after your official ascension ceremony. Until then, you're just another humble servant of the Von Village's protectorate. That's not even mentioning the fact that you said humble subject. That said humble subject is accompanied by Xenos. Gaze of the Master Seals latches onto Earlight. Given that your official introduction is yet to take place, you are, technically speaking, performing an act of heresy here and now in front of dozens of witnesses. Are you threatening me? Earlight gives you a look. So you, Elentok, have not yet gone through the initiation rite that grants you all the privileges after all. I regret to see such a lie has passed between us. Do you really wish to get on my bad side? 79%. Success. The old one wrinkles her nose like she had tasted something unpleasant. I suppose I could make an exception, but only because Theodora von Valancius never once overlooked the laws of the Imperium or my advice. Here. She holds a new ticket with the number 301. Wait, 301. What was the original number? She is a character. Okay, so 300. So 301 down from 394. So, do we actually have the option of waiting, or do we have to go through the ceremony? Petitioner. So what do we do now? Obtain the last seal. Refuse to get the document without the last seal certificate. We have to stand in the queue with hundreds of petitioners to obtain it. This is going to be like years, right? So, like, how would they actually do this? Office Administratum. Beep, beep, beep. Goods. Yeah, books. Beep, 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 beep. Master Seals. Deputy Prefect. Yeah. Mundus Vol. Okay, so that just goes out, right? So I have to go through the ceremony, but I think in order to go through the ceremony, I think you have to do the quests. See, I don't know if we're gonna... Oh, actually, hold on. Elam, I know it hasn't even come to a full cycle since I was appointed, but please, cover for me with the Master of Whispers for the Emperor's Sec. I completely forgot about the one extremely important seal. I'm going to run upstairs to do it, and I don't think it'll take long. I'll be back within a couple hours. The note is covered in a thick layer of dust, just like the table on which it lies. Okay. Interesting. Anyways, I don't think...
Follow my lead.
Let's look around a little bit. So we have to do more storyline quests in order to really progress this storyline. That's what it seems like. Let's task list for current work turn. Task list for current work turn. Compose an order for the servant. Okay, sure. I'll read the full thing. Number 1, compose of an order for the servitorization of 90% of the population of Asteroid Mining Station VMK 498 for the purposes of increasing productivity. Prepare a set of documents for the reclassification of the world of Vibo 6 as a penal colony under the orders of Her Ladyship Theodora von Valencius. Task the newly appointed addess of the Administratum with conducting a review of all unresolved petitions in the last 5,999 cycles. 4, make a big mug of recap. Nice. Man out of my own heart.
None shall stand in my way.
Wait, what's that, Glido? You see something else? Glido is barking. Oh yeah, Glido is a battle corgi instead of a battle mastiff. Let's see. Look, let's check out the goodest boy. The goodest boy. Overall, I think like overseers are extremely, extremely powerful. I mean, having an extra body on the field is pretty good. All the overseers' pets, with the exception, I haven't really wrapped my mind around the best way to use a servo swarm. A servo swarm companion or pet, right? But I don't know. Let's just move on. Let's do. What else?
Sweeping the area.
Menace. Okay, come on, guys.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Someone left their box. Oh, okay, cool. Okay. I need medical stuff. Menace. Wait, can I talk to Menace? No? Just a guy waiting in line? Guardian of Order. Anything else I can do? Can I sneak into the line? Take your place in the queue. Oh no. Guardian of Order. Can I talk to these guys? I treat every citizen as a suspect until they have proven they can be trusted. Okay, let's see what happens. The queue hums with thousands of voices. Some have rolled out bedding and settling down to sleep. Someone is playing some bizarre musical instrument. Many are praying. Several highborn petitioners are debating who is here on the most important business. Okay. Jay, you have to admit it. The magnificent administrative machinery of the Imperium isn't without its rough edges. Jay smiles sheepishly, eyeing the queue. But what a thrilling adventure this is turning out to be, Shireen. I've never seen anything like it before, and sometimes it's good to take a break from constant traveling and to give all the hot-blooded newcomers a chance to cover themselves in glory without us in the way. Stretch out the back of your neck, count the people in the queue, order your servants to prepare a waiting area befit of a rogue trader. Yes, of course. Servants, prepare a waiting area. You feel the envious eyes of the other petitioners upon you, but no one dares to do anything more than stare. Scratch the back of your neck? Sure, why not? This body is so gangly and awkward. How I miss my rotund, magnificent form. You have whittle away 30 seconds of your wait. You wonder how long you have left to go. It's probably years, right? Like, it's like place 300? Yawn. Months drag by intolerably slowly. Somewhere in the queue, a child is howling at the top of his lungs. The palace adepts are sedately moving through the documents from one pile to another, shuffling papers. Several petitioners have gathered. Are we really going to, like, spend, like, a long, like, literally, like, a long time doing this? Several petitioners have gathered into a huddle and are swapping rumors while someone has laid down for a nap on a nearby bench. Captain Guppo wouldn't count people. 8 hours. In the last 8 hours, the only thing that's changed in the waiting hall is the warden shift. The petitioners in the queue placidly await the blessed hour within their appeal will be heard by the higher-ranking servants of Imperium. The entire queue perks up at the sudden announcement. Number 285. Oh, it is moving. Okay. Number 285. Proceed to available window. We are 301. Jay, throw and take me. What a torturous trial have we let us in for. Jay almost wails in despair. So much precious time lost. We've only moved 3 places ahead. At this rate, we'll be old and gray before we get out of this queue. Do you have a better idea? You wound me, Shireen. Jay Hardari always has a better idea. What would you say to making a good folk ahead of us hurry up a little bit? Just a smidge. Her eyes dart playfully to the faces of people around you. Yeah, of course. Jay, the simplest way is to make these lowly subjects bow down before the blinding radiance of our title, Shireen. The second option requires a little bit more patience. I've already found our first, the compassionate citizen, who is standing 50 places ahead of us in the queue. Simply offer the right words to unlock his heart, and he will gladly swap tickets with you. And then you have the power to solve the problems of some petitioners, removing their need to visit a coveted window. After all, is there anything an ordinary citizen would want that is beyond the power of the conqueror the stars to grant? We shall solve the problems of the common people? That doesn't sound like Captain Guppo at all. Somewhere do you think of a criminal? Good feeling in your crowd. There you go, that's something. Friend the people, these ones are bow down with terror before their master. We're thinking, do it. Just a tender-hearted man. Open fire on the crowd! Well, okay. That's it. That would be an interesting thing. I want to consider everything again. Solomon, do you think that wanted criminal could blend into this crowd? Persuasion test succeeded. Unlikely. In the time we've been standing here, I've assessed every individual in the queue. Then again, one can never be too vigilant. As an arbitrator, I can perform an unscheduled check of identity documents. At least some good can come out of being stuck here. Subject of the Imperium, have your papers ready. On behalf of the Adeptus Arbites, I'm initiating inspection of search. Yes. Fear my battle corgi. Cybermaster being used in the search. Do not move, as a servant of the Administrator will have better things to do than wipe your blood off the floor. Two hours, so we've been here for 10 hours so far. No Lix Imperialis violations detected. Someone falls silent and turns to the stone again, ready to wait until the end of time. Okay. Yeah, he does seem like that kind of guy. How can I convert his heart and soul to my path of damnation? But I did sniff out a very few, especially antsy petitioners. All I had to do was drop a few vague hint that the Master Proctor was here for them. I was immediately showered with thanks for that timely warning. Jay triumphantly shows off her ill-gotten tickets. Nice. Good job, Jay. We've moved forward considerably in the queue, Shireen, but you aren't ready to stop there, are you? No, of course not. The people will be amazed if you show them your tamed Xenos. Oh, no, wait. I was either going to romance Jay or I was going to romance 𝕽𝖊𝖊. They'll drop everything they have, including their tickets, to come and goggle at her. I guarantee it. You could also use Adira to use her talent. On second thought, no. That could be more disastrous than suddenly erupting volcano. Forget it. Open fire! I mean, with faster use of tickets, wait patiently. We need to move faster. Use your tricks. I prefer to call it my wisdom, learned through many years of experience, but I don't care about how the precise wording just now. How do you wish to proceed, Shireen? Either can use a second. I don't want to take a chance I'm going to eliminate the possibility of romancing 𝕽𝖊𝖊. Would that be... Dear, can you use your psychana to persuade the petitioners that they must leave the queue? Of course, Lord Captain. Let's go for a poke around these empty little heads. She's my personal seer and witch. Imagine waiting for like years in this queue. Oh, you filthy rat! I knew you were the one who grassed. You thought you could get away with shopping my mother, did you? Oh my lord! Fight! 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 1010101. Oh my god! That escalated. Wait, did he leave his ticket behind? Yeah, thank you. Sorry, Lord Captain. Things didn't actually go as planned. 𝕽𝖊𝖊 holds up her hands sheepishly. Well, I think Captain Guppo is being a little bit more bloodthirsty, a little bit less concerned about the value of human life ever since the incident occurred. Not at all, light of my soul. You've done exceptionally well as always. The dead do not need tricks. The dead do not need tickets, do they? Jay triumphantly brandishes the newly acquired tickets and winks at the psyker. We've moved forward considerably in the queue, but you aren't ready to stop there, have you? No. Man, I don't really want to do that. Friend these people, run through power and terror before their master let them through. You're thinking, do it. What are you thinking? Just do it. All fair love and bureaucracy. It's a good thing we're bringing Jay along. Jeez. Do you hear that? The certification officers only see petitioners who have a signed number ticket. Thanks to the Zelda one, I managed to get one from the next queue over. Okay. Bureaucracy. This is going to be the bureaucracy stream. Awesome. No one told me about any tickets. I've been standing around here 7 turns already. 7 years. Oh, my lord. So we'll be at 10, 12 hours, so over 12 hours. If these ashbags want to be tricked, I won't stop them. Jay smugly watches over the agitated crowd, whispering among themselves and jabbering each other with sheaves of paper. The helmet activity returns to the queue. Petitioners exchange glances, clutching their paperwork. After a few seconds, you realize that the number being called out by the service call for the 3rd time is the one on your ticket. Yay! Wow, that was very, very, very useful. David Woomer, hey, what's going on? David Woomer, hey, sir, how are you doing on this wonderful Sunday playing more Warhammer 40,000 Road Trader? How are you in the game or on your YouTube channel? Doing pretty well. Just to let everyone know, everything's running okay. We still have some stuff set up for the coming year. Most of it is just going to be, we're going to be doing some returning stuff. I want to go back to like old classics like Modded Jade Empire and like Lobotomy Corporation and stuff like that. We are going to get our hands on a copy of, I was saying early in the stream, we're going to be getting a copy of Warhammer 40,000 Aeronautica Imperialis, I think it was, which is like it's unlisted on Steam now, so you can't actually get it. But you can buy the key. So I think I have a key for it. We're going to try it out. It's supposedly not the... it doesn't have like the greatest reviews, but a lot of people actually thought it was like a real time like dog. It's a dogfighting game, but it's a turn-based dogfighting game in the Warhammer 40,000 universe. So we're gonna try that. But Yeah, we're doing pretty well so far. This coming week, we're gonna be playing. Since my anniversary with Winter is going to be on Thursday, and we're going to be hanging out on Wednesday. No, wait. Yeah, no. Yeah, we're going to be doing Tuesday, Wednesday streams, and then we won't be back until next Thursday. But I'll be hanging out with Winter. But we'll be doing Pokemon Infinite Fusion. So there's the fan-made Pokemon game where you can fuse different types of Pokemon together. And that you can make like some elder abominations. So that's going to be really fun to play on Tuesday night. Wednesday night, I'm not sure exactly what we're going to be doing on Wednesday night. I think I'm going to try the Curious Expedition. So I think that has a decent fan base on it. But yeah, and then we'll return to regular scheduled programs. But yeah, Warhammer 40,000, we're doing okay. We're going through some of the DLC quests that we haven't done in the last playthrough. And yeah, everything seems to be going pretty smooth so far. Captain Guppo has been Freaky Fridayed into the body of 𝕿𝖊𝖊, the handmaiden. If you guys are just walking in, you just don't know what's going on. So it's like, originally I set out to have a pure Space Halfling campaign, but now it's becoming more of like a fellowship campaign, right? So you have Space Halflings, we got a human, we got an elf, that sort of thing. Oh, Exalted One, thank you for granting the Rogue Trader. Thanks to you for granting the Rogue Trader his sacred war and all of his privileges. If we had to make it a moment longer, heaven is my witness, I would have shot someone. I don't doubt it. Well, that went faster than I expected. We had a little bit of a wait, of course, but at times it was actually fun. Jay smiles wearily. One last seal, and one more certification, and be looking at official trade representative 𝕽𝖊𝖊�11. Yes. What are you waiting for, Shireen? Let's go. We have another couple of hours with a certification officer to go through. Cool. 2 hours, so this whole ordeal was like 14 hours. But we have our own nice little area set up for us as being a rogue trader. Officer Administratum, the certification officer, leans over the document, his smoothly shaven head gleaming. Is augmented. Oh, it's like you have to go all the way back and stamp it. That's what he's going to say, right? You forgot. You brought form I-9576, but you need to bring I-9576B as well. Certification officer. I'm going to go in and shoot him. The officer leans over the document, his smoothly shaven head gleaming. His augmented ocular eyes whir as the lenses zoom in and out. With the quiet scratching sounds that cogita quills that serve in place of the officer's fingers make a note on a fine sheet of paper. So he has pen fingers. Officer of the Administratum. The document is hereby certified. Oh, okay. I thought there was going to be some sort of complication. Says the rasping voice through the metal jaw with an integrated vox. Return to the Master of Seals in order to proceed, and may his light and wisdom guide you. Next! Cool. Excellent. Master of Seals J. Save. And we only got, we only got one fatality? Yeah, so we went through that line, we only had to kill one person. Or be responsible for one death. Which is pretty good. Actually, all in all, pretty good day. Master Seals. Let's talk again. Temple of Law and Order greets you, Lord Captain Guppo Teawhistle. You have returned with all the necessary paperwork? Yeah. Yes, all the seals placed by a certification officer. Wonderful. The Emperor bless you with a patience greater than apported by ordinary mortals. Allow me to verify the authenticity of documents for the final time. I have a feeling something's going to go wrong. The old woman holds the documents close that they are almost touching her nose. Her mechanical ocular lens is clicking incessantly. Yes, yes, yes. Confirmed. Everything is in order. And this last one. The seal is smudged silently. Okay. Jay's smile evaporates, revealing her true emotions. Void scorpions scratch out my eyes. Now what? Adira stares at Jay in surprise and lets out a whistle. Well, that came out of nowhere. Master Seal says, I suppose I can overlook it, given the rest has been certified correctly and promptly. Congratulations, 𝕽𝖊𝖊𝖊. You are now the holder of a Mercatum Tabula Officiale. Do not forget to repeat certification process every 100 Terran years. Okay. Uphold the law of the Imperium proudly and honorably in the worlds of the Chronos Expanse. And one more thing. Loss of the certification is a grievous transgression, Mr. Hidari. Lose the original document and you will be unable to regain your status as an official trade representative. Not even with the Rogue Trader's endorsement. Interesting. Yes, yes, yes. Esteemed 𝕽𝖊𝖊, give me the give me the certification already. Come on. Jay's eyes dart over the 𝕽𝖊𝖊 𝕿𝖗 and shine with delight. Praise the exalted one who saw me through all these trials, Shireen. This is something to tell the grandchildren about how a humble mortal became a trade representative of the Imperium. Let's not bother the 𝕽𝖊𝖊 any longer, Shireen. Why don't we discuss our next steps in the ship? Cool. Talk to Jay on the ship. So hopefully we get a benefit of it. Maybe more monies.
Victory awaits.
Maybe we open up the J merchant on the ship. We'll see. Cool. Go back to the ship. Yes. Go back to the ship. Beep, 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 boom. Go back to the ship. Go back to the ship. Do 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 do. Back to the bridge. Cool. What else? What are we at so far? Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like and follow and subscribe on YouTube and Twitch if you can. Current goal is to get 500 subscribers before the end of the month. So if you can help me out, that'd be good over on YouTube. Got a little bit of a late start over on YouTube, so mostly the bulk is over on my Twitch audience. But if you can help me out, if you have a sub over on Twitch, you haven't subscribed to me over on YouTube, if you could help me out there, that'd be great. Let's see here. We are at an hour. We have like an hour left in the stream, at least. But yeah, if you can hop on over to YouTube, give me a sub over there, that'd be great too. If you're unfamiliar with me, like I said earlier, I do stream 4 days out of the week. This week is going to be a little bit different, but generally it's Wednesday, Thursday night, Saturday, Sunday mornings. I'll keep you guys updated on the Discord. Link is pinned in the live chat right now and down in the description of the video down below on both YouTube and Twitch if you need me. You can find me on social medias or on Discord. Generally, as when we're in kind of more like the extended hobby lifetime of the channel, mostly I've been using it for more like trailers and talking to people, introducing people more about like challenges, certain games. We talked about that, and just like talked about like day-to-day stuff, get some good cheer. I try to maintain a very well. The goal for the channel is to maintain a kind of like a safe spot, safe place for a lot of people. So if you come here, I want you to feel like you're not really judged. You can kind of come out every so often, hang out with interesting people, find new activities and games. That's the goal.
Light of my eyes, giver of boons and savior of the needy. From now on, two sons will grace the firmament of the font Valancius Protectorate.
Teawhistle.
One bright and powerful, like the rogue trader himself, and the other slightly more humble, like his unassuming partner, the diligent owner of the Mercatum Tabula Officiale, and all around delight, 𝕽𝖊𝖊.
𝕽𝖊𝖊 tenderly holds a piece of script-covered parchment like a young mother nursing her newborn child.
As I promised before, my crew will be your eyes and ears across the entire expanse, Shireen.
Interesting accent.
And of course, the assistant to official trade representative 𝕽𝖊𝖊 is already rushing to Dargonis to deliver goods of rare and exquisite quality.
So it is an
you
Indian
and your
merchant.
people, O master of many worlds. And once again, thank you, Shireen. From the bottom of my heart.
Is that the extent of your gratitude? Let me go pee, and I'll be right back. cats. Kitty cats. Kitty cats everywhere. Okay. This is at the extent of your gratitude. You're welcome, Jay, is what friends are for. Enjoy freedom, Jay. If you have a taste. This is a piece of paper. If you lose this piece of paper, I'll not help you get another. Appreciate too much. We're not partners. I feel like So if I want to continue a relationship, do I have to say, is that the extent of your gratitude? Enjoy freedom, Jay. Enjoy freedom, Jay. Let's see. That seems a little bit rude. I'll try to be nice to her. Enjoy your freedom, Jay. I see you found it much to your taste.
A taste that is sweeter than honey and more titillating than the scent of steamy young bodies, Shireen.
Ooh. Wait. I've never actually gotten to try out this body. Jay flashes conspiratorial smile, leans forward, and shamelessly holds your gaze, completely disregarding the officer's disapproving looks as she waits for your reply. How can I resist such a temptation? This is going to be so weird because we're in a different body. We'll have Maeve join us. How can I resist such a temptation? I hope you don't mind.
Oh, I most definitely am not opposed, Shireen.
So we have a body of an elven waif, or an elven waif, body. We're in the body of a servant girl. We're now human, and Jay is a halfling, half our size. It's such a weird scene.
The sweetness of your lips, Shireen.
Maybe that's like
day.
I'm her type now, or Captain Guppo is her type.
I would just let you go, did you? A humble gift in return for all the trouble. May the Exalted One keep watching over the path that you tread.
Jay's cheeks flush like a ripe peach, and her eyes shine even brighter than usual as she hands you a small parcel. Ooh, 182 experience. Battle Scarred Cape. Okay. Oh, interesting. If the wearer ends their turn, they remove the burning, bleeding, and toxin negative effects from themselves and all adjacent allies. The wearer gains +1 temporary wounds for each negative effect removed from that way. It's like the mechanics on some of these things where you have to like remove effects. Like you would have to be you're using up I like pieces of gear that have consistent effects, not like they're only good in certain circumstances. Like the Battlestar Cape should be does when the wearer ends return to remove bleeding, does all that stuff, but it's like it should give me at least extra melee skill or ballistic skill or something like that. 5%, right? Because it's using up a slot. There's so many pieces of gear in this game that are like that, which are interesting and give you kind of a thing. Oh, maybe I can do this and maybe I can do that and build a certain character this way. But I mean, in the end, it could be better, right? Kind of disappointing, to be honest with you.
As you can see, I know how to be grateful and generous, and I'm sure you do too. I promise that I will continue to accept your every gift in the future.
Okay, so we can
reverence and awe.
Go to Dargonis and we can check to see if her merchant person. You had a falling out with Cassia. Tell me about your background again. If you know shining graphic. Tell me about its dark side. Tell me about your business in Chronos Expanse. Argenta is kind of your skin. Am I right? Ooh. Get off my ship! I love it. You can actually do that. Do we want to do this right now? I'll do a couple lore stuff, I guess. I've seen enough of the shiny wrapping of the Chronos Expanse. Tell me about its dark side.
The dark side is the real Chronos Expanse, if you ask me. But what do you want to know about it, Shireen?
Tell me a little bit about Footfall.
Dynasty heirs drink with criminals. Rogue traders strike deals with the Casbalica. And dozens of ships stop off for a welcome break from a long voyage. Is there a more beautiful place in the entire Imperium? The Emperor is merciful to the meek and the powerful alike. There's a job for everyone as long as they have a head on their shoulders. And if you feel like talking to him in person, the statue of the Exalted One can be seen from any asteroid. You can pray to your heart's content.
I don't know if we talked a little bit about it last campaign, but in Footfall there is a giant statue of the Emperor that is like kilometers wide. I think there is a history behind it, but each of the space station's little segments and like chained around it, they are like holding it in place. But I can't remember what the exact deal was with it. I think it was like towed to the Chronos Expanse. Tell me about the Casablanca mission.
An ancient crime cartel that originated with the first settlers of the Calixis sector. It is run by shadowy clans with robber barons at the helm. Cross their path, and you risk making enemies all over the Coronis Expanse, or even the entire Imperium. As for the agents, they are just shameless, greedy scum.
Okay.
Every third person on Footfall is a Casbalican. But that doesn't mean all that rotten filth is acting together. I've been set up more than once just so some Casbalican can get one over on his rivals. And yet, the Casbalica is generous to its customers, if you can afford it. Anything can be obtained, organized, and transported for the right price. The customer is always right, unless they happen to be a rat. In which case...
Jay throws up her hands. Persuasion test succeeded. Scum, rotten filth, rats. It's almost as if Jay's mask briefly slips as she starts using words that have no place in the vocabulary of someone from the upper strata of the Imperium. Are you one of the Casabella robber barons? Probably not really a good thing to say. How did you become a Casabalican agent?
It's not hard to do on Footfall. I spent a year working for good old Christo. He was a brave soldier who gave up the ghost in a scuffle with orcs, and then took over his business. Having a good head on your shoulders and keeping the Exalted One in your heart helps to establish new contacts quickly. Eventually, I gathered together a group of honest and loyal people, and it only took a few successful contracts for the Casbalica to take notice. I quickly settled on Footfall and started dispensing my wisdom to my protégés and subordinates. I lost the taste for getting my hands dirty.
Hi, Toby. Toby's over here. Hey, you want a little snuggle before I let you out? Toby's our channel mascot. Little Tabby. The little man. Yay, the snuggles. He's just waking up. He's an 18-year-old kid. You're a baby. You're a baby. A baby. Okay, you want to go out? Alright, let's see here. Tell me about the cold trade.
It really is simple, Sherry. The Casbalica runs the Imperium's black market, offering special goods to those who can afford their services. Yes, I am talking about Xeno artifacts too. Alien weapons, technology, sometimes even certain kinds of living creatures.
Interesting. I'm just kind of thinking about like how the Casablanca mission, I don't remember it being mentioned in either the Rogue Trader pen and paper game or the Dark Heresy pen and paper game. I'm not sure if it's added for this, but if it has... Because I know there's other black markets and cartels that do actually run those things. The Beast House was like the very powerful organization that runs Xenobeast trades and like genetic manipulation, that sort of thing, right? And there's other black market stuff. So I wonder if, because this takes place after the 41st millennium, so I'm wondering if maybe the Casablanca like came to power after the opening of the Great Rift, and they kind of like consolidated their power with all those other power bases. I wonder if they're still around.
Unlike the rogue traders whose sacred warrants make them immune even from the laws of the Exalted One, Kasbalican agents are used to hiding and covering their tracks. Nobody wants to draw unwanted attention, no matter who might take an interest. Especially now that the Coronis Expanse has a warrior of the Golden Throne as its watchman.
Let's change the subject.
Why not? The decision is yours, Sherry.
Tell me about your business in the Coronis Expanse.
My trade means knowing the right people and non-people. Having the right connections and making sure the precious goods find their way into the hands of my no less precious customers. My wisdom includes the knowledge of the enemies of humankind, be they Xenos or the lowest scum in the Imperium, as well as the latest knowledge about how much they charge for any particular curio at the footfall market. Not even the most cunning 𝕽𝖊𝖊 will deceive you as long as I am with you, Shireen. I promise you that. Whatever I have can be yours too, if your unfathomable wealth isn't enough for you already, I mean.
Do you do business with the enemies of humanity?
It has been known to happen. After years of dealing with Xenos, I've learned their customs, and even got a grasp of their language. Except they cringe whenever I start speaking. Arrogant sods. They dislike even our voices, but they never turn away our valuables. Then again, I'm used to seeing sour faces. In this trade, the easily offended go out of business.
Perhaps your knowledge will serve the Teawhistle dynasty.
I have no doubt you will have to deal with Xenos sooner or later. When that time comes, Shireen, you will thank the Exalted One for sending me to stand at your side.
Jay, you do indeed have many talents.
Thank you, Shireen. Being able to read and write is chief among them.
Yeah.
You may not be aware, but this science is beyond the abilities of billions of the Imperium subjects. And yet they happily keep drudging along in their factories, fundi, and assembly lines. Me? I didn't escape Ifrit to consign myself to such misery. It was literacy that paved my path to copied orders, forged signatures, counterfeited papers. The wonderful things that make the wheels of bureaucracy turn in the right direction.
Tell me about the Xenos of the Coronis Expanse.
Vicious, cruel, dangerous beasts. Humans hold little interest for Xenos. We are entertainment for them, a means to keep boredom at bay. A commodity. But some of them contact us once in a while using their own people. Do not deceive yourself by thinking you are safe because there are no Xenos inside. Those 𝕽𝖊𝖊 are as cunning as they are ruthless. They cleverly pull at the strings of spies and traitors, subjugate those who do not fall for the promised reward, transform the ones who resist their promises into soulless puppets. The Emperor watches over me, and that is why I still haven't succumbed to the fate of many of my associates who have lost their lives to the stringy scoundrels.
Yes, let's talk about something else.
I think we've said all there is to say on this topic.
Scan. Get off my ship. Tell me about your background again.
The youngest child is destined to become a bargaining chip in the family's political games. But I was unwilling to accept such a fate, and wanted to choose what to become and which path to follow. When I learned the Exalted One watches over hundreds of other worlds amidst distant stars, I understood there was an entire world of opportunities beyond Ifrit. All I had to do was break the familial bonds tying me down and escape the planet. Which I did a long time ago.
Thank you for sharing this.
All relationships are based on mutual trust.
Get off my
That
ship.
goes for business too.
Okay. So,
Oh,
I guess
I have no doubt you will.
what we'll do is probably going to be sticking around this area. Like, we could just go and explore a little bit, get some experience that way. Stray. Sister Argenta has a couple quests for me. Motherfucker. You have a Gamma. Heinrich, so I need to find a way to kill Heinrich or, like, get rid of him. So I don't want any agents of the Inquisition on my ship. Darting distress. Okay, we're doing that. Protect the new ruler. Okay. Jada proposed that the road trader and she celebrate the acquisition of 𝕽𝖚 𝕿𝖃 officially with her crew on Footfall. On Footfall. A social event in the company coal traders could prove to be an exciting division. Okay, so we can go back to Footfall if we want. Jay has hinted that she should be delighted to receive the gift from the Lord Captain was worthy of Jay has hinted that she would be delighted to receive the gift from the Lord Captain that was worthy of the relationship the two of them share. For a rogue trader, procuring just about anything is trifle. All it takes is commanding a high factorum to do what is right. After choosing a gift, however, his lordship will have to rely on his own acumen or the council members of his retinue. Okay, interesting. So I wish to find a gift for Jay. Kind of go the edge. Where down here let's go. Information. Boo. Cool. I think I'll go. We'll go back to Footfall, and we'll see if we can talk to the leader. I don't think we've let him know that the food is incoming, but we can go there. We can go there, and we can do the Jay's quest line, and let's see if we can actually see what gifts we can give over. Man with the big plan. Okay. Let's check in mats. Activate the control panel. What is this again? Control panel? What this? Field system analysis in progress. Status diagnosing. No failures detected. System operational. Sure. Spread that incense. Do it faster. Sure. Pascal.
My apologies. 19% of my processing power is engaged in the analysis of my tech comrade's memory. My response time may be longer than usual.
Have you found anything out?
The data is scarce. His identification code is the same as mine, and his memory contains data confirming that the assassination did take place. Unfortunately, some of his memory was damaged by pulses broadcast by his battle harness. I can assert with some confidence that he was who he claimed to be, and that he served the Deus Mechanicus earnestly and eagerly.
Perhaps you'll be able to find out more.
I will continue my research into the Blessed Martyr's memory with all due reverence.
Ah, okay. So you can talk to all your companions and you can offer advice on what to give to Jay. I doubt you have any expertise, but what gift do you think I should give to Jay?
Given the high status of the unit von Valancius and his services rendered to the Adeptus Mechanicus, perhaps a request for special leniency for the unit 𝕽𝖏𝖊 the sentence of oblivion without self-authorization stipulated for her crimes may instead be commuted to immediate redemptive servitude in perpetuus.
Okay. Is that something I can actually do?
Hypothetically, in time she would be able to compensate for a small portion of the sacrileges she has committed against the Omnissiah. It would be a most generous gift. However, this act of mercy is not advisable, for it is undeserved.
Bye, Pascal.
May your labors be effective and fruitful.
Okay. Let's see here. Where is... I think Adira's down here, right? Adira, over here. Talk to Adira. I'll talk to the people in my general party. When Adira sees you, her lips curve into a smile and she nods at something over her shoulder. Adira, what do you think What do you think Jay would like if I were to give her a gift?
Well, it would have to be something that screams, "Look how much the rogue trader loves me," in the faces of everyone she meets. Like a fabulous gown beyond anything that even the noble women of 𝕽𝖶𝖌𝖚 can acquire. A princess of smugglers would love the opportunity
That does
to
sound
rub
like
the
her, yeah.
nobility's noses in her newfound privileges.
I was just thinking, yeah. Do you have any new stories for me, Adira?
You bet I do, Lord Captain.
Adira becomes much more animated in her expression and turns slightly dreamy as she recalls one of her stories.
Okay, so we went to Footfall once. Well, I mean, Lord Captain Theodora went to Footfall a lot. But on that occasion, she took me with her for some reason. My day had gotten off to a bad start. My head had been yammering since I woke up, but there was nothing else for it. I had to go. We arrived at the place, and what a place! All the gentlemen and ladies dressed to kill, showing off their encrusted implants, all clustered around little tables. Well, turned out it was a gaming den. And not just any gaming den, but one run by somebody with deep pockets for people with just as much cash to splash. You should have seen it. People gambling away planets in a game of regicide. Anyway, so the Lord Captain wanted me to help her beat some guy. So I tell her, the chips won't land in your favor. You'll get a bad hand. Don't sit down at that table, your ladyship. But did she listen? Of course she didn't. If there's one thing she never lacked, it's stubbornness. So they sat down and the cards were dealt. I'm hovering around like I'm not involved, but I'm keeping my eye on things. And everything in my head keeps getting louder and louder. Anyway, it's a good thing I realized in time that my mind wasn't going haywire over a losing hand, but something else. I made some excuse to drag the Lord Captain up from the table and took her away from that place. And a few minutes later, the room where we'd been... It turned out some wise guy had the same bright idea to bring a pet psyker along with him. One of those ones who just scuttle around in Footfall's underbelly. And the psyker just freaked out, I guess. After all the commotion, people went to see what happened in the room. And they'd all gone for each other's throats. Literally.
Oh, what that's a knee slapper right there.
And I think they completely detached that asteroid from Footfall and pushed it off into open space so it would head off toward the local star.
Nice. Good story. Bye.
Of course. Always at your service. Whenever you need me.
Okay, who else is at our party? Oh, we talked to Solomorn. Solomorn, I think, is... Who do we have? We have 𝕽𝖶𝖏. I don't know if I should ask... Because I might try to date 𝕽𝖶𝖏 also. So I might not ask 𝕽𝖶𝖏 what she wants. Let's do Jay. We had... What do we have? Heinrichs, Solomorn. Look at how tiny Solomorn is.
Greetings, Rogue Trader. I would like to report that 𝕽𝖶𝖏 and I have finished our initial inspection of the upper decks. The list of infractions ended up being 5 pages shorter than expected.
Good.
I'm beginning to worry that a servant of the Lex might have little to occupy himself with aboard your ship.
Am I right? Sorry, Mastiff. Hello, 𝕽𝖏𝖏. For any of you, leave my ship. Shall we discuss the mission on Thessera and my condition?
Of course. Which part?
Well, I did supposedly permanently exchange bodies with that maiden, Maeve. Prefect can say what she likes. I'm convinced it made the right choice. Because you like it in Thessera. I want him to stay on my retinue because I can see him being a really good bodyguard. The prefect can say what she likes. I am convinced that I made the right choice.
I'm not going to call the prefect's judgment into question, but you had to make a difficult decision, and you made it. You took responsibility. I appreciate such qualities in people.
What do you think we could have done to satisfy the prefect?
I do not know. It was one of those tough situations where only time will tell how well you handled them.
Indeed.
If I were in your position, I would take the prefect's evaluation in stride and learn from your painful experience on 𝕽𝖔𝖌𝖚. Sometimes, life knocks the wind out of you in a way that can't be dodged, so it helps to learn how to take a hit.
Yes, of course.
We could discuss something else.
Am I imagining things, or do you seem more relaxed?
I doubt such a word could ever be accurately used to describe an arbitrator, but there is some truth to your observation. Since we're not in combat, I permit myself to stand at ease, which is to say, I'm standing by on full alert.
Make the hand signal for understood. Solomon responds with equally curt gesture, signaling his assent. Okay. Tell me about this. Know more about you. Cybermaster. Should we just... how long should we spend doing this? Tell me about your cyber mastiff.
You hear that, 𝕽𝖚𝖊? The rogue trader himself is asking about you.
Why do you call him 𝕽𝖚𝖊?
His serial number is
Oh!
80.
Okay.
𝕽𝖚𝖊 is easier to say in Gothic. Many give their cyber mastiffs striking names like Slayer or Thunder. I'm fine with 𝕽𝖚𝖊.
Good dog. What can your dog do?
He mostly provides combat support. He is trained in both lethal and non-lethal ways of disabling a target, with the ability to analyze a situation and then decide on a course of action. 𝕽𝖚𝖊 is a good tracker too, and he can spot basic evidence. He also knows over 100 commands. In general, he is more resourceful and diligent than most people I've met.
Solomon pauses, looking pensively at the cybermassive, sitting at attention. Tell me about his augments.
𝕽𝖚𝖊, ready! The frame is mostly metal, with armored plates covering the vital segments. The jaw is reinforced. Crunching a leg off is like tearing a hair out for him.
The cybermassive promptly stands up, and Solomon starts pointing out the different parts of the dog's body. He turns to 𝕽𝖚𝖊's head to give you a better view of his fangs, if their terrifying size was not apparent to the naked eye. Interesting.
I don't even know a tenth of all the things 𝕽𝖚𝖊 is fitted with, but it's an impressive list to be sure. Take the sensors in his nose for one. A cyber mastiff is like an odor analysis laboratory. All right, that's that. 𝕽𝖚𝖊, attention.
Solomon ruffles the dog's hair, staring straight into its eyes. Soulful eyes, 𝕽𝖚𝖊. What commands does he know?
They range from kill and guard and the like, to more complex guard and patrol protocols. A protocol is a combination of behavioral patterns, which the cyber mastiff follows according to the present situation. In other words, I don't have to control 𝕽𝖚𝖊 all the time. He can adjust and react to the circumstances on his own.
That will do.
As you wish.
If 𝕽𝖚𝖊 is fully servitorized, is some part of him still a living dog?
Generally, cyber mastiffs have all aspects of their animal nature removed, but 𝕽𝖚𝖊 is a special case. His submodel takes a dog's loyalty and instincts as a hunter and guard, and renders them absolute.
Interesting.
He is neither a dog nor a servitor. He is something much more. A cyber mastiff, a living weapon in service of the law.
Yes. Cyber corgi. Meow. Awareness has failed. Someone speaks without emotion. Assuming stating the facts, it's clearly not the first time he's answered such a question about 𝕽𝖚𝖊. You talk about him as if you are a tool. Do you not feel attached to your dog at all?
𝕽𝖚𝖊 is not a pet. He is an instrument of justice, as am I.
Yeah, you're not a pet either, okay. And you would be willing to sacrifice him for your mission?
I haven't had to so far. I do not spend time contemplating such things. It is a fruitless pastime at best.
Duty comes before attachments to you, as I see. Admirable.
So, we understand each other.
And then 𝕽𝖚𝖊 only listens to you?
Correct. Both his training and his augmetics ensure that 𝕽𝖏𝖆 only accepts orders from me or from my superior officers. Apart from having the obvious benefits, it also serves to prevent disarray on missions involving multiple cybermastiff handlers.
I see. 𝕽𝖏𝖆, greetings. Cybermaster pricked up his ears, examining you with an intelligent look that seems anything but bestial. I'm not going to pet the dog. Does 𝕽𝖏𝖆 have a favorite type of training or some other pastime of choice?
Sometimes I let him play with heretics' corpses. That was a joke.
Ah, that's good.
Asking
That was
about
good.
entertainment. That
Up top.
concept does not really apply to an RBT's dog. But I like to imagine that 𝕽𝖏𝖆 is enthusiastic about training with me, that he enjoys running long distances at my side, and during target practice, he always seems eager to hear me give the attack order.
That can't be all of it, can it?
Fine, let me satisfy your curiosity. I do have a special exercise that helps to sharpen 𝕽𝖏𝖆's hunting instincts. I take a few ammo casings and hide them in hard-to-reach places. One time, after a raid on a manufactorum, I gave him a whole abandoned workshop to run around in, but I also played a trick on him by throwing one casing onto a ceiling beam. Then it was 𝕽𝖏𝖆's turn to play tricks. He waited under the beam until I walked up to him, then he jumped onto my shoulders and climbed to the top. He cut my temple open with his claw and almost broke my clavicle, but he got the casing.
Huh. I think that you and 𝕽𝖏𝖆 could do with your own training round. I will order a space to be prepared in one of the compartments and have it outfitted with everything you need. I like that. That's pretty cool.
The equipment needs to be sturdy. 𝕽𝖏𝖆 is unstoppable when he's not holding back. Thank you.
Give the dog a piece of dry meat. Captain Guppo reaches into and grabs some of his reaches into his meat pocket. He's like, did you want some jerky, 𝕽𝖏𝖆? 𝕽𝖏𝖆 looks at the tree with indifference.
𝕽𝖏𝖆 is not a house pet, rogue trader. Trying to feed him will get you nowhere. He only eats out of my hands, and only at specific times. Strict training. It protects the cybermastiff against deliberate poisoning and other ill intents. Basically, don't waste your time or your meat.
Serve with honor, 𝕽𝖏𝖆. I'm not gonna pet that dog. Just fucking take my arm off. We should know more about you. Must feel strange to be without your unit.
I've never been a part of a rogue trader's escort before. That said, I adapt to change more quickly than you might think. And as long as 𝕽𝖏𝖆 is with me, I can handle any transition.
He loves his dog. I see through this. Tell me a little bit more about yourself. Where are you from?
You prefer to have a better understanding of the people you travel with. That makes sense. Ask.
Are you from Kronos or Calixis?
Port Wander in Calixis.
Okay, not too far then.
Gateway to the
Well,
Expanse,
sort of.
A monumental station, always covered in ships and bursting at the seams from all the dealers, pilgrims, mercenaries, and criminals. Compared to Port Wander, Footfall is just a lifeless rock in the void.
Yeah, it's essentially Footfall, but actually in the Imperium. Where in the Kronos Expanse were you living prior to coming aboard my ship?
On Dargonis, Lady Theodora gave the top level of one of the spires over to the Arbates. A noble house used to occupy it, before it decided to stick its hand into the dynasty's coffers. By offering us such prominent lodgings, your predecessor both reinforced her ties to the Arbates and made an unambiguous gesture toward the nobility. She was a shrewd woman and unforgiving.
What brought you specifically to the Kronos Expanse?
You should ask the Marshal. I got my assignment, and that is all I know. I assume it's due to my experience. Collecting tithes from worlds bordering on savagery, and where people haven't seen a living arbitrator in 3 generations, is a task best left to a veteran.
Okay. How do you find Dargonis? Probably not good. How do you become an arbitrator? A transfer here sounds more like banishment. What kind of assignments do you handle before you're appointed overseeing tithe cases? Take a half step towards Solomon. Be honest, do you think there's a chance for... Okay. Let's see here. You can romance Solomon. Okay. How did you become an arbitrator?
How? The short answer is the Schola Progenium. But I doubt you'd be satisfied with that. My father was an arbitrator, a good one, or else they wouldn't have found him in an alley filled with bullet holes. Someone who served with my father told me he was shot with 10 different weapons, and that he took at least 4 of the bastards down with him. I was sent to the Schola Progenium right after that, and the mentors there forged me into an arbitrator. I was an eager student, thanks to the example of unyielding duty and dignity my father set for me. The only thing I didn't need to borrow from him was hate. He didn't instill that. It was always with me. I never doubted that criminal vermin deserve only execution, but it was my father's death that truly crystallized my hatred, made it complete.
The Schola Progenium is a kind of like an orphanage slash military school that takes in the orphans of notable imperial servants. Right? Were you ever able to avenge your father?
No, I didn't want to. There was a time when I wasn't sure what to think of my father's death. Or rather, I tried not to think at all. I didn't look into the case, or for any other reason, to go back to Port Wanda. Arbitrators are never assigned to their homeworlds anyway. But when I was leaving Calixis, our ship spent several days docked at the station, and so I permitted myself to go to the spot where my father was killed. I stood there for a while, and nothing. I knew that another arbitrator would have already seen the investigation through. I had nothing left to do there.
Do you know much about your mother?
From what my father told me, she was a principled woman of poor health. She died in childbirth. Not having known her might be the sole regret of my life.
It seems like you were born to become an arbitrator.
Born? I don't believe in predetermination, but I know that every man's destiny is to serve the Imperium. In my case, the Imperium deemed me worthy of an Arbiti's rank, a heavy shotgun, and 𝕽𝖏𝖏. Not sure what else there is to wish for.
Interesting. Let's go. Let's have relations.
I'm listening.
Okay, we gotta go.
You know where to...
Okay, so we don't have much more suggestions, do I? Guess we could talk to 𝕽𝖏𝖏 about getting a gift for Jay, if we really want to. I want to see if I can tell Heinrichs to get the F out of here.
To what do I owe this visit?
Yippee-doopity-doopity-doo. We're here, let's... Okay, I saved, right? I think it's time for you to leave my retinue and my ship.
So long as Lord Inquisitor Calcazar's decree remains in force, I am obliged to escort the rogue trader of House von Phalantius and provide all possible assistance and support. I am afraid I cannot comply with your request.
How do I get rid of him? You can do us a second, but let's... Anyways, so what was it? Adira was saying I need to get Jay like a beautiful gown, a beautiful dress. 𝕽𝖏𝖏 stands out from her surroundings like a Genrusian jungle tree and a garden of manicured topiary. Unsettling beauty and alluring alertness. In her posture, her gestures, and her piercing stare radiate from the Eldari. This conversation when you don't like people, but I think there's something else I cannot understand. Certain things started happening. For the view on board. Footfalls above ravaging the sector. What gift would help you? What gift would an Eldari give to someone they liked?
Our species are too different from one another. What touches our souls is unlikely to make a significant impression on your kind. Just as I find your concept of offering material gifts to be clumsy and primitive.
Okay, not really that much of a help. I've been mulling over our conversation. I can understand why you do not like people, but I believe there's something else. Something that I cannot understand.
What do I see? Your words ring with the desire to know the soul of another. But will you be able to comprehend my answer? You and I, 𝕽𝖶𝖏, look at this world in very different ways. And I see many more facets, and deeper meanings, and brighter colors in it. But to capture the full truth of this world in the 𝕽𝖶𝖏 language familiar to your ears will take time. I will come to you with an answer later.
Footfall is abuzz with rumors about Xenos ravaging the sector. Do you think it could be your kin from Kurak?
Is that snake venom seeping from your lips? We, the children of Azurian, are no strangers to the art of war. We are not raiders or butchers,
I mean,
or least of all, fools.
there are Eldar raiders, pirates
When a
in this
craft world
sector.
is beset by calamity, its inhabitants do not start a war with every monkey in the sector. If you are looking for enemies, look for them elsewhere.
Would you be able to tell me what happened to your homeworld?
It is a mystery as inscrutable as the sigh of the last immortal, as deep as the waters of a dark ocean. And I can tell you little, for I was far away, on a mission with my unit. We returned at the appointed hour, but we did not find Kruderak in its celestial harbor. It happened many journeys ago, or standard years, as you say. But I remember that moment as if it happened this very day. The memory of a loss is always stronger than the memory of a gain, especially when you lose something as significant as a home, or an entire world.
I think your portrait turned out pretty well.
We searched, we called out, we looked everywhere, but we saw only emptiness and the echo of calamity. Countless days passed before I found myself on the Lilithon and met some of my kin. Those refugees who had barely managed to reach our ancestral planet. Their stories were far from being the fruit of truth I so badly craved. Those who agreed to talk to me were few, for most saw me as a wayward daughter who had spurned the honorable paths. And they would not stop babbling about the terrible disease that spread black tendrils of pain over the paths of the Infinity Circuit and deadened our world one segment after another. The ones who survived fled in fear and wandered between the stars, until the Lilithon's warm light reached out to some of them.
Hi, Toby.
Some, like Muaran, lay the blame entirely on Monkey. However, I do not know
Leave the blame
truth,
entirely on Monkey.
but I hope, I desperately hope and pray to the gods that someday it will be revealed to me.
Tell me about your world. What was it like before it fell?
Kruderak cannot be described in your language. It can only be sung, encased in a filigree of sounds, a melody as complex and delicate as the Infinity Circuit, its energy network. It can be seen in the golden hues of sunlight, felt in the breath of celestial winds. Though it was an artificial world, it was just as alive as any real planet.
I do want to get a little bit more well-versed on the other factions in Warhammer 40,000. You know, like, the Imperium is cool and all, but if you've been a fan for like a number of years, I would like to get like a deep dive into like lore of like Eldar, Dark Eldar, you know, in all their variants, you know.
But I must see clearly. Not only light, but also shadows. I yearn to remember only Crudarach's beauty, but it had a dark side too. My world was isolated for too long. Like a lake of stagnant water. There was no movement or renewal. And even the sweetest outbursts of life soon turned fetid. Who knows? Who knows? Had there been no stagnation, had our elders not been so blind in their dogmatism and our youths not lacking in courage, then perhaps Crudarach would still be alive even now?
How do crafts worlds even work? I know you've talked about the Infinity Circuit before.
Is idle curiosity a defining feature of the monkey? Or are you trying to learn about the weaknesses of my people so you can destroy another world of the children of Asurion? Forgive me, Elentark, but I am not ready to immerse you in the font of my people's deepest mysteries.
Thank you for speaking with me.
As you wish, Elentark.
What do you think is happening in Genesis right now? Tell me if you can in your homeworld. We'll come back to her. Get some lore later on. We don't really have a lot of suggestions, do we? Let's talk to like Abelard and all those guys. We'll get more ideas for Jay. Abelard.
Lord Captain.
Seneschal, what gift would you give to a girl that you had had appreciated?
I used to give Genusian lilies to the girl I liked, but the species long since extinct. Now it lives only in my memory. Ask someone else, your lordship. I am too old to remember how to charm young ladies.
Okay, thanks, Abelard.
Lord Captain.
No one's really helpful so far, are they? Cassia. I guess we're just in a order or something. I mean, she seems like kind of the person that would like a like a dress or something. Finery. I wish to give Jay a present. You shall make the arrangements. Ah, is she not satisfied with stealing from our coffers? I humbly apologize, certainly, your lordship. All will be taken care of. Might I ask what you had in mind for your esteemed companion? Given her a conspicuous penchant for luxury, the gifts needs to be something remarkable indeed. What would you recommend, Janris? To go about this with a practical mind. Your lordship's domain spans many worlds, both planets and minuscule colony outposts that are nigh insignificant on the scale of the Teawhistle Protectorate, but still could bring great fortune to an ordinary person. Given Mistress Hadari's choice of trade, she might be quite like the option of retiring to a safe haven whenever she feels the need arises. Her own humble dements, a place where she won't need to fear the schemes of her vengeful rivals. Interesting. You can gift Jay a small colony. Find a dress for me, sir. There will be envy of all during aristocracy. Best jewelry that I can afford. Her own void ship. I mean, that'd be really expensive. Gave a small colony. That seems like, I don't know. I feel like now that I have an option of like a small colony or a void ship, giving her a dress doesn't seem like it'd be that great. I mean, they're all interesting gifts. On second thought, just make sure she doesn't have any gifts. I mean, like, I don't think we've... I kind of would like... I'll talk about maybe Void Ship. Add more voyage ships to our fleet. An acquaintance of mine, a merchant from Footfall, recently had a stroke of bad luck. Now he's forced to auction off his Cooper. An excellent ship, albeit on the smaller side. I believe it was well within my ability to purchase it before any other tasks. Okay, that's cool. Wait, I did save, right? Load. Which, whatever. I'll be fine. Can I talk to Jay? I mean, it'd be weird if she didn't like it.
You are spoiling me with the splendor of your presence again, Shireen. Have you decided to treat your soul to the fruits of my eloquence? Or
Get off my ship.
Discuss business?
Okay.
Oh.
Alright, let's go to Footfall. How much time do we have? And we can go a little bit over 2.5 hours if we really want. We have 2 hours, 21 minutes, so we have like 10 official minutes. But we can do... Let's see. Let's go to Footfall. It's a very dialogue-heavy stream, isn't it? Okay, we can go side quests here. Let's just go to Footfall. I think we have a straight warp route that goes like straight to Footfall from here. Methinks. Footfall. Oh, never mind. Wait, this goes over to... Over here? Yes. No, what's happening? What is? What is? What is? What is? What is? So yeah, Captain Guppo's mind has been a little bit rattled from the Freaky Friday. what would that be in like Latin? Hold up. Let's see here. Freaky Friday in Latin. This is his ailment. Let's see here. English to Latin. Freaky. Freak Friday. Oh, it doesn't have a Freaky Friday? Wait, Latin is Freaky... Wait, what? Freak. Lusus naturae. Whatever. It doesn't really roll off the tongue. What's going on here? Jay is intently rifling through your possessions and does not notice you. Or she pretends not to notice you. I got a rat on my ship. Jay, it is a pleasure to see you in my quarters, notwithstanding whatever nefarious purposes have brought you here. What are you doing in here, Jay?
Shireen, there you are. I've been waiting for you.
Okay. Well, what are you doing here?
Sating a hunger greater than any bodily appetite. My curiosity. You see, a person's face, their clothes, their manner is all just a mask. Smoke from the lips of a fire breather designed to hide the truth. But the contents of chests and cupboards, they are the reflection of the soul, in which the wise can glimpse another's heart. I have been wondering what kind of person you truly are.
After I just got you a ship, you're trying to rob me. Are you trying to rob me?
Shireen, you besmirch my heart with the black ink of bitterest.
You're part of my retinue. You probably get paid like a
If you
decent
don't
amount.
Trust me. Search me.
Yeah. You know you can simply ask for what you want and you will get it.
What if I don't like asking?
This is going to be so weird to romance her with, like, Maeve's body. Do you want me to search you? Maeve, get in here! You want me to search you? This is gonna be really weird.
How else am I to prove my innocence, Shireen?
Check if Jay is hiding anything in her jacket. Plunge your fingers in a maiden of dark hair where she could be hiding anything. Oh, we're actually there's 3 options to search her. You're hiding anything jacket that's made of dark hair. She has a giant mane of dark hair. Plunge your fingers into her mane of dark hair where she be hiding anything. Jay's hair slips between her fingers like silk. It smells of flowers and scorching desert sand. Cool. Her eyes drift closed in pleasure.
Keep going, Shireen. You will strike lucky yet.
Check if Jay is hiding anything in her jacket. This is so weird. It's a Freaky Friday to halfling man in the body of a human maiden getting all intimate with another female cyborg space halfling, right? You feel the heat of her skin. Jay, who tries to hide the way her breath hitches, accepts your touch and smiles faintly. Getting all hot and steamy in here. Your fingers brush against something warm. You take out a tiny decorative wooden box that usually sits on your display in your quarters. You open it and find a note folded inside that reads, "Thank you." Draw Jay close to you. What? Okay, sorry. It's just like the whole setup. What? In like Captain Guppo's voice. Hold on. I have to force myself to do Captain Guppo's voice. Draw Jay close to you. What will you give me in return?
Everything the rogue trader desires.
End dialogue. Oh, Captain Guppo, you're getting lucky in the body of Maeve. Maeve, get over here! I want my body to be my old. I want my body to partake in this.
My heart was overwhelmed with your passion. Now I'll forever crave to feel it again, Shireen.
Cool. We don't get any buffs? Damn you. I change appearance. We already did that. Okay, cool. Stuff happened. We'll be an asshole, and we'll also try to romance here. Let's. What a game. What a setting. Okie dokie. My lord. Okay, we can go here, and then we should be able to go all the way... No! Wait. Okay, wait. Go here, then here. And then all the way down here, right? Yes. The bridge is thrumming with the sound of endless officer reports, the hum of ancient mechanisms, and the buzz of servo engines. Among the usual servants bustling to and fro, the Lord Captain notices a flash of flame-red hair. Flame-red hair. Okay. Interesting. What we got? So yeah, we were in the last few streams of Warhammer 40,000 Sunday, we've been talking about the character that we're going to make for the Dark Heresy cRPG when it comes out. I think we have decided on we're going to be doing a Inquisitor with the kind of philosophy of the Istavandianism, which is kind of like they're like warhawks, right? They try to incite chaos with a lower C in the Imperium in order to weed out the weak and get the strong, right? So should be interesting. We're kind of fiddling with some generated character concepts right now, but we might do, if not this week, then the next Warhammer 40,000 streams, we'll go back to it a little bit more. We'll add a little bit more about it. Yeah, I would actually like to kind of brainstorm with you guys more aspects of the sector for my original campaign. Like the idea of the HOD could use a little bit more fleshing out a little bit. So that might be kind of cool. You're right. You posed a question to me not long ago, 𝕿𝖗𝖊, and now I'm here to present you with my answer. With a fluid grace, 𝕿𝖗𝖊 emerges from the shadows of the captain's bridge. Her face seems to glow under the lumen light, and its expression slightly more pensive than usual. You have my complete attention, 𝕿𝖗𝖊. Then listen closely to my answer, 𝕿𝖗𝖊. You may struggle to comprehend what is to be said, being accustomed to reveling in your own might and skewing the world to suit yourself. Pitch your understanding, not knowing my words, but the sense that lies hidden in the shade of their sounds. 𝕿𝖗𝖊 half closes her eyes, her words unfurling slowly and melodically. You try to split the words up into pieces, to fragment it into light and dark, truth and lies, self and doubt, but I see the world as a single whole, and in this lies simplicity and complexity. It's not enough to simply see the world and hear its voices. You must understand it. Think of the Leviathan, the world on which our paths crossed. Was it truly? What is its essence? The Leviathan's magnificence comes from not only the green of its vast forests or from the depths of its waters. Its beauty is in the word. It's the way it dances on the tongue. And even you, 𝕿𝖗𝖊, can see it. Try, say the word delicately, casting aside all stray thoughts. Feel, perhaps you will see. Close your eyes, empty your mind, and speak the word Leviathan. The world around you fades, and your perception instantly narrows, coming to a single point of focus at the tip of your tongue. Your tongue delicately trickles on the roof of your mouth, and the sound slips on your throat with incredible silkiness, warming as it goes down like a sip of fresh recaf. The tip of your tongue touches the same place again, and the air softly rushes through from your chest. The sound like a susurration of leaves. Okay, as the wind weaves through a forest canopy. Then, your tongue taps your front teeth with gentle vibration that spreads throughout your body, sending a shiver down your spine. Guarded interest gleams in 𝕿𝖗𝖊's eyes when your gazes meet again. I think I am beginning to understand. Your words are sincere, 𝕿𝖗𝖊. You are capable of seeing more than you do now. Indeed, instead of the lifeless clamor of the monster's mechanisms, the roar engines, and the discordant voices of your followers, I hear and attend to silence. It arises in the moments of spiritual serenity, and in the stillness we become witness to transformations of our own inner world. Lives pass so swiftly. You rush through them for the sake of a chosen goal, but the thought of transience and loss frightens you. So you drive through such thoughts and drown yourself in daily turmoil. But it is from the fleeting moments which our lives, we enter our lives and quickly vanish from them, that our soul's fortress grows. A moment's blooming, an hour's wilting, and the splendor of our each lies in the ephemerality. So do the memories of those who have left our side and no longer walk the path with us. And you, 𝕿𝖗𝖊, I see more than just another monkey. Your true essence lies in your will, which is capable of changing the world around you and within you. It lies in your ability to create and understand your creation, and your ability to destroy. It lies within your kin's minds. It lies in what your kin's minds cannot grasp, in their primitive sight cannot behold, but I can see it. So you are attracted to me. I never expected to hear you say such things in reference to me. I am but speaking the truth, 𝕿𝖗𝖆. However, I ask you not to make the mistake of typical of your kind. My words contain no insinuation nor call for you to act. Your soul shines brightly in this world. I see you, and this will never change. That is all. Thank you for telling me how you see the world. And what do you make of it, 𝕿𝖗𝖆? How differently do you see the world? The great of the world around me, something deeper in other things. In this warm Paris, we go hope. That is the God. I only see the God Emperor. I turn my attention with delights of my ears, my eyes, my power, of course. I also see something greater in the worlds around me. Something deeper than the outer guise of things. Captain Guppo lies. Lies. He's only in it for his own personal power and profit. Power and profits. And what does that mean? You'll ask. With all of your attention focused on your words. Finding the imperfection and destruction. See the suffering those around me compels me to act. See the uniqueness of every creature, everything, and it pleases me. I world is full of random occurrences. I recognize this and surrender myself to the courses of fate. Should I be honest? Let's see. Because every creature pleases me. I see the uniqueness of every creature and everything, and it pleases me. Does that sound like him? The world is also full of random occurrences. I recognize this and surrender myself to the courses of fate. I understand. There are times when something sublime can arise from the accidental combination of colors on the celestial palette, or from the tangled threads of fate, two souls weaving together at a particular moment. In this unexpected and elusive instant, the world acquires a particular allure. Irola says nothing for a time, silently watching you from under her half-lowered lids. Now that we have shared our truth about this world, I would like to know if your thoughts about me align with those of your kin, 𝕿𝖗𝖆, or if you see me differently. Time for some lies. It was unusual because it was described as alluring. I like you to me, you are full and yet beguiling world. I hope that one day I will come to know you, and on that day, my own world will become much deeper. Ergo Steelen looks at you intently, as if seeing you for the first time. It seems there are many facets of your soul that I have not considered, 𝕿𝖗𝖆. Interesting. I accept your answer, and thank you for speaking with me. This is the first conversation aboard this vessel. This truly brought serenity and joy to my soul. Yeah, I was just thinking, I can do, I was thinking about romancing Irola and Jay. It'd be kind of funny to try to romance Marazai at the same time. And then we'll have our old body, Maeve and our old body. Would that be a very interesting couple? Okay, let's go to the Footfall. We'll do the thing with Jay. We'll see if we can drop off. I think we need to talk to the leader of the station. I think. I'm not entirely sure. Footfall visit. I was wondering if... if we get through all the DLC stuff... if we get through all the DLC stuff, all the quests that we haven't done last campaign, I was actually, honestly considering, would it be interesting to end off the series where we try to pilot... Because if you try to go back to the Imperium at large and cross the Maw, you just go insane and you die, and your campaign is ended. That'd be interesting to... That'd be an interesting ending to the series. Excuse me. I might do it, though. Because we already did the ending of the game, really. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where we take this. I'm kind of like playing it as if whatever happens will happen. Footfall. Shireen. Oh, what? You're back to your old portrait. Shireen, if you find a spare minute on Footfall when you're not deciding or lackluster fates, I would be delighted to see you at my Amarikar in the Amescus. Okay. I'll tell Octi to set aside some decent wine in case you decide to grace our humble party with your luminous presence. Okay. A Markar, is that some sort of celebration? It's an occasion celebrated on my world, Ifrit. It is the day when a person shows up by their actions that they have reached maturity, that their spirit is ennobled. Among the Ifritian nobility, its day is considered to be more important than any symbolic events, such as the first cry or the day of a repose. And by a wonderful occurring coincidence, my Amarkar happens to fall on the day when I also wish to celebrate my acquisition on the Mercatum Tabula Officiale. It'll be my pleasure, Jay. The lowly regulars of the Damascus will be telling their great-grandchildren about the time they had the honor of witnessing your dazzling visit to unworthy 𝕽𝖺 That is, of course, if they live long enough to see their great-grandchildren. Cool. Yes. So she has a new... Oh, we're going straight there. Okay, that's fine. So she has a ship, but it's mostly like a very small, maybe not even warp-capable ship. So it's not going to really cost us that much. One thing I would like to show you guys is... Let me see here. There was a subreddit that I stumbled onto where they talk about the old Battlefleet Gothic tabletop war game, right? And a lot of the community is like very tight knit. They've actually, because I think that I'm pretty sure it's been discontinued for a while, but the tabletop for the naval version of 40K, like all the ship combat stuff, I see a lot of people actually making their own stats for different ships and like ship factions for the Imperials to like deal with, and like different models of ships like transports and stuff like that. I want to actually like look over it with you guys before we take off today. Wait, Abelard. Wait, what? Wait. Oh, Jay isn't in our party. Okay. Okay. Can I... Let's just load really quick. Haven't even thought. So we don't have Jay in our party currently, so we can do... who is even leveled up? I think... Jay replaced... I think my Pyromancer. Yeah, I think that's it. I had a Pyromancer at the beginning of the campaign. A Pyromancer who also like bakes pies. He's the ship's chef. I haven't actually built him up in a while. Let's do this. Doop. I'm pretty sure, yes, this guy. A Pyromancer, huh? Okay. It's been a long time, my friend. Let's see, we do... I don't even remember, like, how I was kidding him. Let's see, just do... Bloodhouse staff. Staff. Pyromancer staff, that's fine. And then... Yeah, I really don't know how I was kidding him out, but he can use staffs. Interesting. Let's see here. 15%, 25%. Medium armor. What we got? Agility 50. Just for lower warp, sure. I do. F yeah, fly. Boots, melee attack, melee area attack. That's what I'm talking about. There's like a lot of stuff. It's like a lot of the gear pieces are like so specific. Like they should have another passive ability that you get used with, like no matter what, right? Dodge against enemies and their effective weakness. It's an opening with charge / dice macabre. Don't really have that. Unyielding peak and ability. I don't think I can... There's a lot of stuff that I can't even really use. Heretical, veil degradation, hit chance. Sure. I guess. The wearer and their allies are... That's pretty good. Grenadier's Cloak. The wearer and their allies are immune to damage from the wearer's grenades. That's actually really good. I gotta keep that in mind. If we're uses Endure, they get full wounds, they get other characteristics. What else? Color Retribution. Damage enemies that wear this round. There's a first melee attack in combat, cannot be dodged or parried. Ugh. Sure. It's not gonna be in melee. First melee attack. Sure, why not? Oh. That's pretty cool. Looks nice. I think the Captain Guppo would give his Pyromancer like a good kit, good wares. He looks pretty cool, actually. I like it. Pascar tab. Ends their turn. They remove. Wearer gains 2+2 temporary wounds for each negative. Ends their turn. It's like this kind of sucks because I understand like the idea is that like if you're just putting out a lot of like friendly fire damage, like bleeding, burning, toxin or whatnot, you gain +2 temporary wounds, but like you have to take the damage for that round, right? So that kind of contradicts like you getting more temporary wounds. Whatever, it's weird. Powers. Wants to carouse. Persuasion, sure. Lord Imperium. Sure. Oop. I don't have a lot of stuff, do I? +10 strength. Me. Exposed weakness. Yeah, I don't really have a lot. Just kind of realized that. Charge ability. Sure. And do like that. And we'll do more grenades. No, I don't want to give him Grenadier's Cloak because I feel like I'm not going to use him. But it actually would be good to give like Solomorn that. The Grenadier's Cloak. Anyways, let's do this. Grenades. Solomorn. What do you have, Solomorn? You have plus 10% dodge. That's kind of good, but... Let's actually take another look at it. Grenadier's Cloak, where is it? Are immune to damage from the wearer's grenades. So it's not immune to the effects. So if he's throwing down a lot of like Mind Scrambler grenades, they're still going to get the effects on it. So I don't know. That's that would be, maybe I can give that to Marzai when I finally get him. I feel like there is something there. Anyways, save. Let's do this party. Let's party hardy. Oh, wait, no, wait. I need to level up this guy first. I'm probably not even going to use him again after this thing. Oh my god, he's so bad. Okay. God. He's supposed to weakness cost 0 exposure. Oh my god, I haven't even marked anything. God damn it. Can I just auto level up this guy. Expertise 15%. No. Combat insight. Perception. 10 bonus or higher. So we want more perception. Sure. I guess. This is it's gonna take a while, isn't it? Blade of Lights. Minoris. Logic, awareness, medicine. Logic, yes. Perception, ballistic skill, weapon skill, willpower, perception. And perception, I think we get more use out of perception. Medicaid, lower warp. Joint analysis, precise attack, intimidation. Biomancy. Oh, we can do Biomancy 2. Let's see. Minoris. Still mind. Backdraft, burning blood. Whenever psychic deals damage, randomly. When a psychic power used by psychic deals damage, randomly suffers and shall half them as damage. Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of like run through this really quick. Uncanny sight. Cool. Boop. Perception, yes. And intelligence, ballistic skill, yes. Blade of Light. Force weapons. Force reality. Sacred Majoris, yes, please. Cool. And we're doing Executioner damage over time stuff. Like Executioner. Bleeding as the ally of the choice. Burning. Wait, was it? Executioner gains bonus of their parameters for every enemy or ally in combat stuff you're following. No. Actually, next range attack or psychic damage over time effect. Energy damage if it's burning, that's fine. Firestorm, telepathy, regeneration, warp speed, invigorate. I think that's the healing. Yeah, let's get some healing spells in. Acute pain. Me. Okay. Willpower, perception. Let's see here. Bleeding. Let's see. Any sort of like. Any sort of damage or time affected by damage. 20% chance. Yes. That's fine. Let's do. Warp speed is all really good. We go back. Regeneration. Until in the combat, the target recovers 4 wounds at the beginning of each of their turns. Removes 1 toxin. Toxin, stun, immobilized, bleeding, burned effect. All is really good. I'll do regeneration. Warp speed. Warp speed is going to be really good. It could be an enemy. Enemy suffers from damage over time effects, suffering bleeding, burning. Toxin. I'm trying to do this as quickly as I can. Execute party members if you have damage of attacks. Internal bleeding. If you're hitting screams. Enemy force of radius suffers damage for damage of time effects after you reads 2 wounds. Master of Torture. Executioner deals plus 5 more damage to a target for each type of damage or effect. Yes. Logic, tech use, athletics, Medicaid. Sure. Yes. Camaraderie. Sacred Terminus, yes. Perfect anatomy. Armor is increased by 8%. That's not bad. Damage increased by 8%. Whenever a single instance of damage over time affects, deals damage equal to more than 10% of the enemy's maximum wounds, enemy gains 1 stack of fatigue. Sure, why not? Power. Cool. Good enough. Probably not going to be the best combat, but or the best build, but we just got to kind of like move things along. Okay, no Abelard, unfortunately. Yeah, we don't have Jay, so okay, that's fine. No Jay right away. We'll probably do this. This quest. We'll go to the commander of the station. I forget his name. And then we'll call it a day for the stream. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like and follow and subscribe on YouTube and Twitch. Really would have helped me out. Current goal over on YouTube is to actually get 500 subs before the end of the month. I'm trying to catch up to my Twitch audience, so if you can help me out, that'd be great. If you do have a Twitch follow, but not a YouTube sub, if you could head on over and give me a sub over there, that'd be great. If you do happen to have an Amazon Prime subscription, you do get 1 free subscription to a Twitch streamer of your choice. If you can throw it my way, that would also be great. I do have a Patreon. I haven't really fleshed it out quite a bit, but we Patreon, social media links are all going to be on my main page, and most of it you can actually link to from the video description down below on YouTube and Twitch, just to let you know. All right, we got our pyromancer back in our group. Making all them pies.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
We're gonna party. We're gonna party at Jay's party. Where are all my B words at? Jay. Jay, you son of a bitch. I thought I'd find you here. Easily spot Jay in the group. Do we easily spot? She's so tiny. You easily spot Jay in the group, crowded around the table. The extravagant luxury of her attire and her gleaming augment set her apart from the rest. Seeing you, she exclaims, "May the gravitational wells in your worlds never lack for grip, just as my heart never lacks for joy at the sight of the rogue trader Teawhistle." Octaviana. With an approving chuckle, Octaviana mutters, "I can't believe it. You actually roped the rogue trader into coming to your party. If the rogue trader raises a toast to your health, then I'll start believing you really are a princess, not just a smuggler with a gift of gab. Please, take a seat, your lordship." Observe the assembled group. Jay's friends look exactly as you would expect, like hardened operators of the coal trade, arrayed in forbidding but glitzy style common to those who like to skirt the limits of the law. One pair in particular catches your eye, a young man and a woman, twins it seems, identical yet distinct from each other. The man has a lively face and a crazy look in his eye, while the woman is cold and calm and seems slightly drowsy. Octaviana. Awareness test succeeded. Octaviana rarely tops off a glass on the table, playing the role of a consummate host. But you notice that her and Jay's chairs are drawn slightly closer together than usual for a pair who seem connected only by superficial acquiescence. How is the party? We've been laughing and celebrating all the time, Shireen, as true friends do. But until your arrival, we're but stars in a moonless sky, merely heralding your coming. Now we are truly happy. Yes, pull up a seat. I will put this new body to the test. Bring drinks. Octavian draws out a bottle from under the table with a glass as thick as your finger and covered in wax seals. With no exaggeration, this is the finest amnesect that has ever graced this bar. Really. Jay personally acquired it, as she says, for a special occasion. It seems that you are this special occasion, your lordship. The crowd around the table falls silent, exchanging awkward looks. It would appear as if they are unaccustomed to drinking in the presence of lofty individuals such as you. You and Jay are friends. Looking at the people here, see their associates. We talked before. Octaviana, you and Jay are friends. Octavia offers you an arch smile. Friends? She is my worst enemy. The vengeful spirit of retribution sent to punish me for my youthful transgressions. Mistress Haydaria has a special gift of knocking me off balance and dragging me into difficulty. I would have barred her from the Amasecus. How do you say this? Amasecus. Long ago, if it wasn't for the habit of tossing money around like confetti and of paying triple for anything she breaks. Jay, do you see, Shireen? Do you see the petty, miserly, callous, and unforgiving friends that the Exalted One has sent me? Let us drink to the Lady of the Hour, Jay Hedare. Huzzah! Huzzah! The assembled group bursts into approving cheers, and the bar fills with the sound of clinking glasses. The Amasec tastes exorbitantly expensive, swooping you into a kaleidoscope of flavors: tart, floral, bitterness, honey, sweetness, and then other more refined sensations that are nameless, owing to the small number who can actually afford to experience them. Good. Bravo, Octi. This Amasec will do me very well indeed. Jay's self-satisfied reply elicits general laughter, and the tension of the table seems to loosen slightly. You know, I was just kind of thinking that, like, before Captain Guppo's claim to the warrant of trade probably wasn't taken too seriously because he was a Ratling, but now that he's actually in a different body, maybe he actually will be a little bit more successful. What were you talking about before I arrived? Business. My dear Tora, whose mind never strays from the chilly peaks of the mountains of the money she's made, was telling me the latest coal trade news. Tora, exciting times are upon us. We're not the only ones being tested for weak spots. Vladim's set up on putting the requisitors out of business. It looks like you got Mercy's blessing to do it. The big beasts are picking off the small ones, and I think things are going to get even more interesting from here on out. Core, that means it's time for us to step up and become major players, eh? Core winks at Jade. I know a couple Shignars from the I don't know why I can't say certain words like that. Ultraquisitors. Ultraquisitors. They're as dry as you like. We can kill them in the cooler heels with us, and then they'll be even more willing at the other altars. We can talk on Falco and even blow Vladim out of the airlock too. Core, my sweet, before you go truling on Faisaline with Shingars, you need to clear the altar and hide the pulses. If Vladim is playing all the lines, he won't touch me, but I don't want to shift the risk onto you. There's a chatter about the commission. The conversation quickly turns to an impenetrable mishmash of terms from the secret argot of cold traders. What's happening now, assassin? We do have all of our party here. I don't know. For some reason, I'm feeling like this is not going to go very well. Oh, and look at me. I'm just sitting not on my seat. Nice. The man... Falco, the man who has just approached the table is hideous by anyone's standards. A repulsive face, greasy hair, and bulging veins at his temples. He attempts an amicable smile, so transparently false and off-putting that your fingers itch to reach for your weapon. With a surprising look askance at you, he says, Mr. Saydari, allow me to wish you a happy Amicar. Master Mercy could not let such an occasion go unmarked. He says his warm wishes and a gift. Mercy's gift. Oh, interesting. This fabulous article of clothing demonstrates the sheer vastness of the divide between its wearer and the filth-smeared serfs. A perfect fit for any cold trader favored by fickle fortune and living on the constant risk of being sent to the gallows. While in combat, the wearer of the cloak receives a plus 15 bonus of fellowship whenever there are no enemies to force them. What does fellowship do in, like, combat? I can't remember. High fellowship went on the court to find a way to approach a gathering of merchant. That was effective persuasion, courage, and commerce skills. Doesn't really see. Not 100% sure what it does. I think certain abilities, in certain combat abilities are based off of melee or fellowship. Interesting. Okay, interesting. Oh, Falco, I'm much obliged and touched by your presence. May the fire in your heart burn forever bright and hot like the stars of the 𝕽𝖶𝖊 system. Tell Mercy that this show of his precious attention towards my humble self brought dew to my eyes and a song to my heart. Whisper to Octaviana, isn't Falco the one who stole Jay's cargo? Octaviana, the very same. The greasy piece of crock shit, Octaviana says, wearing the sweetest, most amicable smile one could possibly imagine. But the stars of the 𝕽𝖶𝖊 system died around 100,000 years ago, and the systems around them are true breeding grounds of death. Is it customary in the Casablanca to attend the parties of people you have tried to ruin? After you got involved in their turf war, they all decided that a peaceful resolution would be for the best. This here is a symbolic confirmation of the ceasefire. Who is this Mercy? Some big mysterious figure in the mission. The Casablanca has put him here to keep a handle on things and make sure the interests of the senior partners aren't forgotten. If anyone does become a bit forgetful, Mercy comes along. Someone dies, everyone else panics and empties their pockets. Falco and Mercy aren't officially connected. Falco's just another prosperous mission agent like Jay and other people, but Falco's happy to do Mercy's dirty work for him, and that's why he gets preferential treatment. Where's your present for Jay, Falco? The smuggler stares at you unblinkingly with his pale eyes, saying nothing. Then he rearranges his mouth into a smile remarkable in its hideousness. Of course, your lordship. And this gift is from me personally, Mr. Sadari. Exotic venom blade. Oh, that's pretty good, actually. One-handed. Wait, I think that'll still work with her build. As Falco turns away from the table, you see a snarl of feral hatred twist his already repulsive features. So these are your associates. The precious roses in the garden of my soul and the golden little bees that bring honeyed riches to my treasure house. Yes, this is my crew of troll traders. You should have a name for your group. The two identical ones are the trickster twins, my closest associates, Kor, our resident hothead, and his much wiser sister Tora. Okay. Kor and Tora. These guys probably have portraits, right? Don't let her fool you, your lordship. Wait, can I actually add a portrait with Toy Box? Hold on one second. Let's see. Nearby. Ooh, Kor. Can I? Interesting. I didn't really plan for this, but interesting. One second. Let's do. I don't think I really have anything good. Wait, custom portrait picker, but actually blueprint portrait picker. Blueprint portrait picker, or let's see here. Core. So it's a they're twinsies, right? Arbitice male. I don't. Let's see. How about do like that? Okay, core and what was it? Citizen Gorday, core, Octaviana, J, Tora, and do that's. Would that work? Let's see if that works. Okay. Ah, it does. Cool. Tora, because of you are the arsehole with a gun, if I dragged you out as many scrapes as Jay had, that's not the name I'd be using for you. I can tell you that much. Cora's sister rolls her eyes. Pay no attention to him, your lordship. Cora has nobody to blame but himself for that nickname. Even foes are bowing down before 𝕽𝖊𝖊 𝕿𝖗. That is quite something worth celebrating. Jay, and what better way to celebrate than with a game, with stakes naturally. Today is a Marikar, and that's what I want. Jay draws a stack of carved plasteel tiles from her pocket. They're decorated with symbols and fine mag lines. Holding the tiles in one hand and raising her glass for another, Jay asks, "What do you think, Shireen? Does the rogue trader have anything he's willing to wager?" Imperial executed. You recognize the tiles in Jay's hand. It is a set for 10 too low, a game popular among gamblers. Every player is dealt several tiles which can be arranged into a pattern of specific value by carefully matching up the mag lines. Interesting. Whoever has the highest value wins. Voidsmen love playing 10 too low, which is usually won by luck or skill. Actually, 1 second. Interesting. 1 second. Kind of wanted to actually copy that description. if I ever do make another Game Master, another Warhammer pen and paper game, might be fun to actually experiment with that mini game. Anyways, I shall play. Oh, Logic! Boo! Logic, look at your hand. Watch out for his lordship, lads. He was awfully quick to agree just now. I have a sinking suspicion about how the rogue trader acquired all his countless riches. But I warn you now, playing for money is considered wrong, I'm afraid, because gaming is tempting fate. So instead, we're going to play for wishes. Okay. 35%. Oh! Yeah! You've been dealt a poor hand. You cannot make a high value arrangement for the tiles. Oh, this is just to see if I can do anything good. I'm going to show you my hand. The Exalted One loves me today. And if one doesn't show one's hand, what then? You have a chance to bow out of the game without losing. But you can only do that before someone announces they're going to show their hand. But I think it says it's not good, right? You've been dealt a poor hand. You cannot make a high value arrangement from the tiles. So I'll say I'll fold because I can't. I'm just going to lose otherwise. No luck. No luck, I'm afraid. Chuckling, Jay tosses her tiles on the table. Her hand is significantly better than yours or anyone else's. Probably cheating, but whatever. This is her party. And as for my wish, I want everyone to drink to my good fortune. It has already granted me a gift fit for a queen. I'm talking about you, Shireen. May fortune continue to smile upon me. Everyone at the table. This is actually a cool, companion quest line. I like this so far. A new stack of tiles is already waiting for you on the table. You realize that the months have skipped past without your knowing. It seems that Amnesec is now stronger than you thought. Look at your new hand. 10%. Yeah, I didn't think so. Picture the tiles are spinning slightly, arranging themselves in the good patterns, and then offensive phrases. When you look up, you see that everyone else apart from Jay has already tossed their tiles on the table in disappointment. Just the two of us left. I'm going to show my hand. I mean, we can embarrass Captain Guppo. It's not that big a deal, right? Wait, show your hand or lay out your tiles? He could just... I mean, Jay's probably cheating, right? So it's probably pointless. I'm gonna probably embarrass Captain Guppo. Read them and weep. The side of your hand sets everyone on the table into a fury of excitement, but then chatter into a roar of triumph. Jay's hand is the most valuable in the game. I win again. What should I wish for you, Serene? Riches, obviously. Request a kiss, giving you permission. So promise of my assistance so you find yourself. Do not get carried away. Request a kiss, of course, when the opportunity presents itself. An intrigued smile appears on Jay's face. I love paying for high stakes, Serene. Excellent suggestion. This is a debt I will definitely call in. Tiles dispense around the table, forming piles in front of each player. You suddenly feel your body growing heavy. The treacherous Amnesec is slowly robbing you of your clarity of thought and dexterity. Jay, you wouldn't be cheating by any chance. How could you even suggest such a thing, Shireen? As Jay had already fallen really so low that someone could think me capable of such deceit, Jay brings her hand to her chest in a tragic gesture to the approving guffaws of her associates. Look at my tiles. Succeeded. Your hand is not especially good or bad. It is the kind of hand played only by someone who is desperate or has nothing left to bet. Before anyone says they're showing their hand, I'm announcing a condition. Seeing as it's my Emerkar today, the only stake I'll pay for is a dance. Sure. I'll play. Is there a party? She's dancing on the table. Little halfling. Against your hand, Jay discards her own tiles face down. Mine or worse. Looks like you won, Shireen. I'll be delighted to grant you a wish. The light plays on Jay's dark skin and glints off her silver augment on her throat. Moving with the grace of a sand snake, she holds her gaze and then smiles mischievously. Her dark curls fall across her face, and you see the saucy glint in her eyes through her alluring curtain of hair. This dance is called the... Oh, it's kind of cool that we actually made her into a blade dancer, actually. The dance is called the Dance of the Captive Ravanian Girl. When the governor of the Efreets, Selkamon, the Bright, crushed the Ravanian rebellion, the daughter of the rebel leader was brought before him, the beautiful Nayana. She danced for him, telling him of the struggle of her proud people, and then snatched a weapon from the guard's hands and almost aimed it at Selkamon. But the spark of love that kindled between the two of them that day stopped the Feiseline from igniting in the cartridge, and both Nayan and Selkamon lived through the day, and then many more days which they spent together. That is enough betting for me. My luck has been very fickle today. Unlike Emmesek. You can always trust Emmesek, and it always lies. That's true. That's a good quote. I like that. Smiling sweetly, Jade presses your goblet into your hand. Her skin seems to glow from within, and the sparkles of laughter in her eyes dance like flames. To Amnesek's deceit. May the deceived not live to regret it. Fog swaddles your mind in appealing ideas for other ways you can amuse yourself at this party. Surrendering to a maelstrom of chaotic thoughts, you let the all-pervading merriment determine your fate. I think that's probably... It's getting close where we'll end the stream. But yeah, it's been fun. But yeah, I'll check some other maybe I'll do some like minor quests in the downtime just to kind of like build ourselves up, because we're hitting combats that are makes me feel a little bit over leveled, or under leveled rather. Anyways, yeah. You guys are amazing and incredible. You're gonna have an amazing week. I just want to let you know. More coffee? I think I need to get some more coffee from the store. Thoughts tumble violently inside your head, periodically ricocheting off the inside of your skull and triggering bursts of piercing pain. Your tongue feels dissected and shriveled in your mouth, and it scrapes painfully against your teeth. Light is the enemy. Self-awareness returns unbidden, bringing with it an inexplicable sense of awkwardness. Your beleaguered body violently protests against the very idea of getting out of your soft bed. You hear a soft sigh beside you. Looking over, you see the dark hair fanned out across her pillow. Jay, who is cozied up next to fast asleep, is fully dressed, just as you are. Perhaps she is not asleep at all. Shireen, you certainly know how to have a good time. Try to remember the end of the party. Your memories have been split into tiny fragments, and your mind mercifully refuses to reassemble into a clear picture of the scandalous events of last night. We need to make ourselves presentable. I'm sorry to say you were right, Shireen. No matter how soft the bed or how pleasant the company, there's a line we must not cross. And I perilously close to doing exactly that by getting a couple bottles of delicious medicine out of our aching heads, or for our aching heads. Cool. Okay. Sounds cool enough. I think... Let's see here. I think we're at 3 hours and 40 minutes. I wasn't intending to actually do a long stream today. But anyways, guys, thank you very much for attending my stream today. I really do appreciate every last one of you. You guys are amazing, beautiful people, and you deserve all the love in the world. Don't forget that. You guys always have a place in my community, always a non-judgmental, safe area. Over Discord, say hi every so often. Follow me over on social media. Links are pinned in the description down below on both YouTube and Twitch. Be sure to like and follow and subscribe, like I said before, and throw me a sub over on YouTube, more specifically, if I haven't already. This week, I think the streaming schedule is going to be Tuesday and Wednesday nights, and then after that, I'll be back the following Wednesday. So wish Winter a happy anniversary if you can, if you see her on Discord, and I think that's pretty much it. Feeling for you guys. Hope you have an amazing week. You will have an amazing week. I know it. My psychic presence says you guys are going to have an amazing week. Be cool to each other, guys. Be nice. Stay safe. And I'll see you soon.